Learn to 45911. Text the word learn to 45911. You can also enter it on the Fanatic app. You can enter it at 975, thefanatic.com. Once again, the key word is learn. 97.5 The Fanatic's $1,000 gift card giveaway presented by American Standard HVAC Contracts. To find a dealer, visit AmericanStandardAir.com. One person selected at random will win. Get complete rules for this company-wide contest at 975thefanatic.com. Good luck.
It's time now for Cuz Radio.
What up, Cuz?
Deshaun Jackson gets a block. Are you kidding?
Talking with the Cuz.
Go Cuz. How you doing?
Stairs rips one into the night.
Stolen by the doctor. Yes, he's got it. Here he comes. Way rock the baby to sleep and slam dunk.
Look, Cuz, don't even try it, okay?
Now here's Anthony Gargano.
Why don't you get the hell out of here, Cuz?
The beard. 14-5 last night. Oh, my, and they stole it. They absolutely stole game one. Take that, Boston. Take that, Boston. That's game one. And they're coming for game two. James Harden, Jonas. Oh, my. Play it.
Sixers going right to left and rim. Outside Maxey. Reed sets a high screen. Tobias with it. 6 to shoot. Harris against Brown into the lane. Fade away from 14. Got it. Going left to right. The mid-range works for Harris. Sixers back on the board. 12 to shoot. Back to Brown. Left perimeter. Knocks down Tucker. Tobias with a steal. On a run. Reed. Lob play. And a jam. Well done. 2-on-1 run out. And now the Sixers with 6 in a row. Jalen McDaniels to Niang. He breaks to the baseline with a left-hand dribble. Williams cuts him off to Melt. DeAnthony Melt for 3, and that's good. Fluid motion on the left perimeter by the Sixers bench, and Melt gets his first field goal. 5-point game. Sixers ball. Reed sets a screen for Harden. Outside left, James for 3. Again, he thought he was hit. He put it up and in. A 3-point shot for Harden. He's got 3. 2-point game. Reed with a dunk, and he scores it. Great dish by Maxey. Our Ticketmaster assist of the game. And the 76ers have tied it at 72. 4 ties in the game. 8:20 in the third. Sixers have it again. They can tie. 4:15 gone by in the fourth. Harden picked up by Brown. Works it between the legs. Drives it down the lane. James Harden to the rim. And he lays it in for the tie. 96-all. Harden in the game now with 36. Into the lane, Tatum. No good. He missed the layup.
No good,
he may have been tripped.
No good,
Harden
Tatum.
with a Sixers ball. 1:40 to go. Into the lane. Maxey driving down Brogdon. Down the lane. Right hand layup. He's tripped up. He's scoring. And a foul. A block on Boston. And Maxey with a layup. Sixers cut it to 111-109.
There it is. Switch Horford's face. The 3 in Horford's face. Man, what a game last night. Incredible. It was just a wild game. It all starts, right, where you're looking and Boston's just attacking the rim at ease, and you're going, oh, my God, where's Joel? I just need my rim protector, because they shot, 107%. And literally 88% in the first half. It was amazing. And yet, and this is what it came down to. It was amazing because they shot, as well as Boston played, they couldn't shake the Sixers. They couldn't shake him in that first half. And it should have been up, it should have been up 20, right? But DeAnthony Melton was incredible in that first half, 17 in that first half, and he kept them. Every time it looked like Boston would get a little margin, every time they got to like 5, up 7, up 8, the Sixers made a little mini run, right? That little mini run to get him back in. And then, Beard was ridiculous in the first quarter. Again, that game could have got out of hand early. First quarter, they could have been up, they put up 40. They could have been up 42 to, 24. and you're staring up at a big deficit. But instead, they just were able to hang around long enough to just stop them. Stop them. That's what happened. It was an amazing. And Harden, again, you're going, that was Houston James Harden. Yesterday on the program, we have Tim Legler on, right? Every week. He'll be on today, too. So we have Legs, and we're talking to Legs, and we're going, hey, and I asked him the question point blank, is James Harden capable of doing a James Harden back in the day by himself, putting this team on his shoulder? And Legs says yes. Legs said yes. This was yesterday before the show, before the game, during the show. We had right around 1:30, and Legs said yes. And lo and behold, he comes walking in looking like a Cookie Monster fashionista. All right, with that get up, it was awesome. And he just comes in and just balls out, man. He balled out. And the beauty is everyone played their roles, right? Tobias did his thing. Maxey, which was key. Maxey, who had struggled against Boston, you know, he just, you could see the confidence start to brim with Maxey. And, you know, he's going to have one of these games. In this series, I'm convinced now, after watching last night, he's going to go for 35 one of these games because he was close to igniting, right? He was close to just going off, and he played a real good game, and he had that big drive at the end with the block. That was a big deal, three-point play. And then Harden, of course, with the bomb three in the face of Horford. And let's not forget, you know, Doc Rivers, right? Doc Rivers coached a hell of a game. He got the mismatches he wanted. The screens, Boston could not keep up with the screens. All those mismatches off the screens, it all worked, right? Harden was able to cook. Maxey was able to cook. He got Tobias on favorable mismatches. And, you know, Paul Reed, I thought, played really well in the second half. You know, first half, he looked a little out of sorts. He didn't, you know, he's going to head on a swivel defensively, especially at the rim. Second half, I thought he played much better defensively. He protected the rim a little bit. He boarded. You know, he gave it the energy, and he knocked down those free throws, man. He knocked down the 4 big free throws, which were huge. He played that well, and I thought that was key. But listen, even McDaniels played much better in the second half than he did in the first half because he gave you a little something defensively as well, and he was not good first half. And it was Harden, and it was Tobias, and it was Maxey, and they just did enough, man. It was what a game. You hang around like that. You hang around. If Boston kept thinking we're going to blow them out, we're going to blow them out, we're going to blow them out. And every time they got a little margin, the Sixers, Judas, the Sixers came back.
Dude, what an awesome night yesterday. I was speechless because, and you said it, and Leg said it yesterday, the Houston Harden. But I can't believe I saw it. Like, I saw James Harden wearing a Sixers jersey as if I was playing 2K. Right? Because I like to update the rosters.
Sure.
And I play with Harden on the Sixers.
Right.
It's a video game. I'm dropping 50 with him, right? We have not seen that kind of a performance. Now, look, he had a great year this year. 20 and 10. Like, he averaged a double-double. The guy had a great season. But we never saw him play like that. And we talked about it yesterday when we were out doing the show. Last year when Embiid missed 2 games against the Heat, Harden did not take over. And, look, the hamstring was clearly bothering him.
He couldn't. Remember, we talked about he couldn't beat guys off switches.
But it was still
that was last night, the switches.
Right.
He was able to cook off the switch.
So we saw it last night. Harden said, all right, big man's not playing. I got this. I'm not going to over-facilitate and try to get all kinds of guys involved. I'm going to go out there and play like I used to play. Guy hit 7 threes yesterday. Step backs. You talked about the switch with Horford, which was basically the game winner. I mean, it's just incredible. Like, I watched, and I'm still speechless. I watched top 75 NBA player all-time James Harden. Remember, he made the list, the top 75 NBA players of all time list. I watched that James Harden last night in the Boston Garden for the Philadelphia 76ers in a game where they were counted out, ESPN was making jokes,
Yeah.
laughing.
Yeah.
Oh, same old Sixers, same old Embiid. You think James
cackle.
Harden's going to be able to step up? Ha, ha, ha.
The cackle from that wind tourist.
Oh,
my God. You want to talk about it. I hate the face.
Yes.
When he's sitting there laughing,
Yep.
and you just want to hit him with a frying pan.
But dude, it was like a dream.
Oh,
I
my
watched
God.
Hall of Fame Harden.
Unbelievable.
Not Hall of Fame back end of his career.
Unbelievable.
No, he played Hall of Fame Harden last night.
It was unbelievable.
For my team, man.
Which was, when you think about it, right? We talked all along about the advantages in the matchups, right? And the matchups with the Boston backcourt.
Yeah.
And how prolific the Boston backcourt is. And it was Maxey and Harden stealing the show, man. It was
Maxey stepping up, getting past the.
They combined for 71 points.
Yeah.
I mean,
he got past the boogeyman, the Boston boogeyman.
Now he's going to go off. He was looking for his man. Oh man, it was amazing. You know what? And to score. I mean, think about this, Jonas. You got no Joe, and they put up 119. 119 on that team.
Yep.
Wow.
Well, your man Vinny said for them to win yesterday, they'd had to score a lot of points.
Yes.
That's exactly what happened, man.
Yes.
But I don't think anybody expected Harden to drop 45.
It's amazing. It's just amazing. What a freaking night. What a night. This is one of the all-time epic victories.
Yeah, this is just game one.
Oh, my God. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. We got lots to do. All right. We are live at the Brian Dawkins Celebrity Golf Outing. It's incredible stuff, man. It's the Stoltzfus Structures Brian Dawkins Driving Impact Celebrity Golf Tournament. Penn Oaks Golf Club. This place is beautiful. Westchester. And all the great. You've got Jason Kelsey here, Brandon Graham, B. West is here, Trey is here, Trot is here, Brent Selleck, Dawk, and all the proceeds benefit the Brian Dawkins Impact Foundation, dedicated to bringing transformational moments to young people in underserved communities. To bid on auction items or make a donation, go to briandawkins.com. We'll come back and we'll play the song 100 times.
Number one on the charts again.
I want to celebrate all day long.
last few years that leads you to believe that James Harden from LA is going to turn back the
Daniels
clock?
comes to the high screen. Harden comes off right-hand dribble. A fake push, and now the three. It's good. He made it. Marcus Smart kind of got out of the way to shoot. Harden gets a screen. Three-point shot for the lead. It's good. Harden delivers again. Another three. 102. 15 seconds to go. Horford has him out top. James with a dribble. Harden one-on-one. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Harden for three. Shot up. It's good. Harden made a triple. The Sixers go up by 2. 8 seconds to go. Boston takes time. Sixers 117. Celtics 115.
What have you seen in the last few years that leads you to believe that James Harden from LA is going to turn back the clock to a point where
The Sixers win 119-115. How about that?
What a J.O., dude. Really. Like, are you kidding me? What a stone.
Just incredible, man.
What a loser.
That was that Nick Friedel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a loser. Shut up. They all laughed. They all did.
Yeah.
He was captain. He's captain nobody, though.
And like do you really think
Yeah, I know, I
James
hate that.
Harden?
No, it's so phony. Like,
Shut up.
It's just so phony. Yeah, what a jerk off.
NBA reporter for ESPN, Nick Friedel.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, report this.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. I love this. So I go on his Twitter account. You know, he got Mr. Chesty, right,
Yeah.
about Harden. He didn't tweet anything.
I know.
You know what you should do?
Yeah.
Wow, my bad. I didn't think he had it in him.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
I know.
Because, look,
I know.
he's not wrong. He
Yeah.
wasn't totally wrong to think that Harden might not be able to put up 45 points. We haven't seen it in a while.
Yeah.
But to be that chesty about it,
Ah,
and then you don't put out a, yo, my bad,
yeah.
Jay Harden,
Yeah.
you gotta tag him.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Let's go over let's go over the last 4 minutes of the game because I just want to geek out. So with 4:28, Marcus Smart, who needed fluids.
Yeah.
So with 4:28 to go, he has a 3-point play. And then you had the Tobias 3.
Huge.
Right? Top of the key, raises up, bangs the triple.
Dude, he's playing good ball.
He's playing real good ball.
Right now, man.
Playing real good ball. And then Tatum goes 1 and 2 from the line. And then there was the Harden turnover. Smart makes a drive. It's 110-107 and 111-107. Right? Now, this was it. So then Tatum, with 2:28 to go, has a measured 3.
Yep.
That could have put him up 7 and iced the ball game, right? He misses. Tobias board, right? Then Horford blocks Maxi's layup. Brogdon misses. Smart rebound. Tatum misses the layup. Paul Reed grabs the rebound. Count it. Block.
I was nervous because one called a block, one called a charge. I was like, you're going to go hometown discount here.
I know. And then it was like talk about like white knuckle. Horford misses the 3. Jaylen Brown with the offensive board. Brogdon misses the 3. Horford gets the board.
I thought
he gets the layup.
I thought game over.
So did I. 113-110.
When they got out rebounded,
yeah,
3 times.
Yeah.
Right, that possession.
Yeah. Just over.
I thought I was like, you know what? They played their guts out, but I thought that was the moment that ended the game.
And 113-110, you go, oh man. And then Paul Reed.
Incredible, man.
Right? Paul Reed goes to the line, buries 2, and then, like my man Nicky said, this reminded you of the Georgetown errant pass where the shot clock's dwindling.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, passes it right to Maxey.
Right to Maxey, man.
And it was like time froze.
Yeah.
Right? Like
he thought there was a whistle.
Yeah.
Because remember, I thought he walked.
He did. I thought the same thing. Dude, he passed the ball ahead to him.
I thought he walked. I hand to God, I'm driving home. And because I was with my buddies in the city last night, and I'm driving home.
I said the same.
And Doc's doing the post-game press conference. And Doc explained, he spoke to Maxey. Maxey thought there was a whistle.
Yeah, and you could see.
And I said, okay, that makes sense because I thought he walked.
He honestly did walk. I mean, when you pass the ball ahead to yourself like that, you can't do that.
Nope.
You know. So, but whatever. It doesn't matter, man. And that was the play of the game. That was the play of the game. And then, because again, they're scrambling. Their head's on a swivel, right? Like, you can see they're freaking out. And all of a sudden, that puts the Sixers up. Now, Tatum gets the foul, right?
Yep.
So then he sinks two, and then that sets it up where Harden gets the switch, and he get a mismatch, Horford, and he buries this triple in Horford's face.
And you know what? Look, I want to give Doc some credit because
he coached a hell of a game.
I know he gets, no love when they win.
Yeah.
And when they lose, it's all Doc Rivers' fault. Doc, again, I was listening to post-game, and he explained they had a timeout remaining.
Yeah.
And it's just he's a smart basketball man. It's one of those he has forgotten more than what we know. So the reason why he did not call a timeout after the Tatum free throw was that if he used it, they probably would have blitzed Harden. And then Harden would have had to have passed it off to somebody, and there would have been a mismatch and blah, blah, blah. Because he held on to the timeout, they had to play him straight up. And then they did the switch. Horford's on Harden, and bang. If he calls that timeout, who knows what ends up happening. But that's a smart basketball mind.
Yeah.
He deserves credit when things are going. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Give it up to Doc. He coached great last night.
He coached a hell of a game. Are you kidding me?
Offense-defense switch at the end there, putting Niang.
Again, it was a perfectly coached game. What an incredibly coached game, man. Really amazing.
I hate that Al Horford. I love seeing him lose.
Dude, it's just amazing to me that, here they are, and they shot the ball lights out in that first half, man. Lights out. It was incredible. It was amazing. And when you think about it, they're up 66-63. That they gave up 63 points to the Sixers, no joke.
Yeah. Incredible.
That was incredible.
And we keep on going back to it. The Celtics shot 80%.
Yeah. And
so it's not like they were having an off day shooting.
And you know how it works, right? Like when you and it was like when you let a team like that hang around and hang around and hang around, it just because I felt good at halftime. I'm like, guess what? And then same thing.
They were down just 3.
Yeah, and then because they're not going to shoot like that the rest of the way.
Oh yeah,
you're right.
Yep.
And then the other thing is, at the end of the third quarter, you go, it's tied. It's like you talk about puncher's chance. Let's go. I mean, what a game.
I was thinking of OT.
Yeah.
This is the kind of game setting that up.
Oh my God, what a night!
But then every time you thought Boston had the dagger, like that, the 3 offensive rebounds that I talk about, Sixers came right back, man.
Yeah, they did. They showed it.
They're up 1-0.
Listen, they took game 1. That's amazing. And now I love Harden at the end. We're coming for game 2.
Well,
we're coming for game 2.
This isn't AI against Shaq and Kobe.
No.
Right?
They're not, listen,
right?
how long have I been saying this about
I know
that
you've
team?
been saying it for
They're not
that
now. Good. Listen, they're a good team, but they're not the epic Celtics.
Right.
And that's all I kept saying. That's it. They're not the epic Celtics. This team's not that good. I mean, they're beatable.
Yeah.
This Sixer team, and they showed it last night.
Yeah, they did. Look,
they can win this
the
thing.
Hawks showed it.
Oh, my, yes.
Wow. That series went 6. They played them tight in 5 of them.
And, I'm a big believer in city streaks.
Yeah.
All right?
Got one right now.
And I think Boston's in a funk.
Yeah.
Oh, how about, hey, Matt, you got the cup chant. You remember this from the Wells Fargo Center at the Flyers game? You got that for me? Yeah, that Sunday at one of the last games of the regular season for the Flyers, Bruins in town, and all the Bruins fans took over the Wells Fargo Center chanting, "We want the cup."
Yep.
You know what you got? A cup of nothing. You got a cup of nothing. Your asses are out, and you're on a bad streak, and yet again another shock at the TD Garden.
Amazing, man. It's
Gruffman.
amazing.
Oh, my God, Judas, this is awesome. I love beating Boston. Love it. Love it.
Good start to the month of May, man.
Damn right. I love it. I love it. All right, let's go open up the phone lines, and let's revel with our friends on an incredible morning. That's a game. That's a witness, nail biter. In fact, I got a buddy of mine, Tommy, the sweatologist, who went and he goes, dude, I had to go in my car and eat ice cream and listen to the game.
You couldn't handle watching it?
No, he's eating ice cream. Listening to the game, white knuckle.
That's awesome. But that's one of those all-time, I shouldn't be totally shocked that they won, but the fact that I saw Harden play the way that he did, right? That was a surprise.
Yes.
I didn't expect that.
Yes.
I was, hoping they had a nice, like you said, puncher's chance. Stay tight, stay close. But dude, the fact that he goes off for 45,
I know.
I can't. I keep going back to that.
Listen, my cousin and I were talking about this. That he goes 45.
Yeah.
And remember, the knock and the tag with him was that he was a playoff lumper.
Yeah.
Right? How many times did they talk about him being a playoff
that bothered me
lumper?
because we went through that. I remember when they traded for him, and people complained about Harden in the playoffs. Dude, look at the teams that he had to go up against.
Yes.
He had to go up against the Golden State Warriors when they were on their dynasty. He
Yes.
had to go up against Kawhi Leonard and the Spurs.
Yes.
And look, did he come up small in Game 6 and Game 7? Dude, he got them to Game 6 and Game 7 by himself.
Yeah.
He was doing it with corner 3 P.J. Tucker,
Yeah.
Clint Capella.
Yeah.
Right, he was doing it by
Yeah.
himself. And, so he comes up small in Game 7. You know why? Because they're throwing double, triple teams at him all day. And he had no other help. So that always bothered me.
No, you're right.
Oh, he came up small. Yeah, he came up small last year, but he had one hamstring.
Right. But he also had to shake the label of.
Yes, that is true.
Listen, I called Mahasa because of all the excessive numbers, right?
Yeah.
Without winning, you gotta.
Yes,
you gotta.
this is a legacy piece.
It is a legacy piece, and you know what? It was interesting because, everybody made a big deal about the strip club thing, going to Vegas.
Yeah.
And it's and I understand it because, listen, most people go, still you got a game coming up. What are you doing?
Yeah, because if he played
You're blown off
crap
2 days.
yesterday, you go,
right.
Dude, come on, man.
And we talked about this, that, these guys live a different life, right? You just hop on a private jet and, you're there in 5 hours and you're doing your thing, right? That's how it works.
Right.
They look at it like, hey, if I go to Vegas for 2 days, it's just 2 days. I'm off 2 days.
It's like my 2-day trip to the Jersey Shore.
Right. What else am I doing for 2 days? So they just had the means to go to Vegas instead of the shore.
You know what I do when I go down the shore? Now, pre-coup. But I go down the shore and I get whacked for 2 days, Saturday, Sunday.
Right.
And then I come back to work Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just don't have a private jet.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. If you do, you go to Vegas.
I would do that, yes.
Right. I mean, that's just kind of what it is.
Sounds nice.
But anyway, it was, and it was great to see. It was just an awesome, what a game. And to beat Boston like that, and the way, I'll tell you, the thing that shocked me was how well the shots, the Sixers got great looks.
Yes.
And how poor Boston's defense was. And they could not, they couldn't catch up.
Yeah, and that's a team.
And mismatches. That, again, they were known for their perimeter defense.
Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, two guys that could lock some guys up, and they did not have that luck yesterday at all. And, even guys like Malcolm Brogdon's a decent little defender off the bench for him. Horford's that aged veteran that knows how to play smart defense.
Yeah, man.
And, the Sixers had their way with them yesterday, which was amazing.
Yeah.
Dude, can I just – because I know he's not going to get much love because he didn't score 45 points or 1 point. I love P.J. Tucker, too.
Well, dude, and it's funny? That's so spot on.
Yes.
Because he just he's that nuisance on the floor for 37 minutes. He's just a nuisance, you know, and he gets you out of it. He antagonizes.
Yeah, and that's why you signed him.
Yes.
For the playoffs.
Yes.
I was with a couple buddies last night. They were still complaining. Like, oh, man, he's not doing anything offensively. Like, just watch him.
Yes.
Do yourself – I know it's hard right now because it's the playoffs, but rewind it at some point.
Yes.
And watch 5 straight offensive possessions and look at what P.J. Tucker does for him.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
He does so much for him.
Yes. Jill, in fact, says on Instagram, I think P.J. Tucker's scrappiness helps a lot, as well as his confusing defense as they went from zone. Because he switched it up.
Yeah.
Went from zone to man in the second half. Loved it. And it's true. I mean, look, when you're without your rim protector,
you
got to pack it in.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it. And Boston, which jacks up 3-3-3-3-3-3-3-3, it worked out. You know, it just worked out.
Yeah.
You packed in. Because early on, look, they just got to the rim with ease.
They scored 38 in the first quarter.
And they got to the rim. And it was Tatum getting to the rim with ease.
Yeah, you said it. Paul Reed had a great second half because he adjusted big time for them. And it's not like he was in foul trouble, right? So he's starting to learn how to play a little bit smarter. But they were having their way with him in the first half yesterday.
Yeah, I think what happened is, especially in the first half, I think, and it's funny, my cousin and I were talking about this. You got to – I think Doc told him, listen, I can't have you get those early fouls.
Right.
So
you're a big man.
You got to be smart. I need you on the floor.
Yep.
And I think that kind of passive – that he played passively.
Yeah.
And that allowed a lot to the rim.
Yeah. It's like you saw that with Maxey in the second half because he had 5 fouls. Right. So you don't want to foul out, and he's basically letting guys go right by him.
And I think that was a big key – I think that was a huge key in the whole thing. You know, because then all of a sudden he started – because there was a couple drives in the fourth quarter, a couple key moments where Paul Reed, you know, he had a block and he actually played a little D, right? And you could see with him on the floor, you know, in the first half as opposed to the second half, he was way more active.
Yeah.
You know, because that whole first half, it was just – again, you don't shoot. You shoot 88% because you're just at the rim the whole time.
Quarterbacks against Cannon's defense.
Like when you're looking when you're looking at the dots,
they
were all around the rim.
Right.
The shooting chart. It's dot all around the rim. What an amazing victory! All right, I got to open up the phone lines, cause I got to get my friends in here to roll it up. All right, Joe gets it started. You're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Joe.
How you doing, guys?
What's up, brother?
Great win last night. A lot of work to do, but a great win last night.
Yes.
I think the best thing Harden did last night was go to the hole hard. He went right to the rim instead of throwing up that weak 5-8-foot floater he was doing.
Yes. Yeah, he did. He finished a lot better. He hadn't been finishing, and he finished a lot better. But, man, he shot the ball well, too, man. He shot 7 threes, you know.
2 more points real quick. Doc Rivers is a lot smarter coach when he's got guys like P.J. Tucker, Anthony Melton, Daniel House, Jalen McDaniel to put in the game as opposed to a 6'10" stiff, I don't want to mention, and Matisse Thybulle.
Yeah.
And the last thing is, you guys talk about P.J. Tucker. I think the biggest play of the game was that when he hit, what's his name, Tatum was going down the lane.
Yeah.
He cracked him. It was real subtle, but he cracked him.
Yes, he
and
did.
I think it changed the whole game. Like Tatum seemed like, to me, he took a step back after that.
Yeah, no, it's funny. No, he's that guy, you know, Joe. He's the guy, he's that ball buster, man, that it's on the floor, and he takes you out of your game a little bit. He just annoys you.
Like I said, back in the first half, Jason Tatum had free reign. I said, someone's got to put a body on him.
Yeah. You're right on, brother. Right on, man.
Throw a fastball in his ribs, and that's exactly what P.J. Tucker did with that shot. It was real subtle, but I think it changed the game. It seemed to take the steam out of Tatum.
Yeah,
that's
buddy.
It's playoff basketball.
Yeah, it was. It was playoff ball, man. Nothing better than beating Boston, too, Joe. It was
got
the
that
best.
right, brother.
You got that.
I go
right.
back to the 80s, man, with Dr. J and all that, man. It's tough, but
Joey, enjoy it, my man. We'll be talking soon. Great stuff, pal.
All right.
Thanks, brother.
Stay good.
You too. All right. 610-632-0975. 610-632-0975. We got a lot of people. We're going to get this is a big party. And listen, I need bells coming up, Maddie. Bells. Dawood needs some bells. I need some bells. Judas needs some bells. We also have the vault. That's going to be a blast. Lots to do for the Brian Dawkins golf tournament. I just saw Eddie George. He looked great, Eddie George.
Dude, you said it best. You look like you could still play.
Yeah, man. He need a big back. He's ready to go. He's coaching Tennessee State right now.
That's awesome.
Pretty cool. All right. Lots to do, man. Let's talk Welcome back. The Brian Dawkins golf tournament. As what a spot. Pan Oaks Country Club here in Westchester. It is just amazing. That's right. The Brian Dawkins Driving Impact Celebrity Golf Tournament. And there's all kinds of all the guys are here. Jason Kelsey, Big G, B. West, Trot, Trey, Brent Selleck, and the great B-Doc. And don't forget, the Brian Dawkins Driving Impact Foundation is dedicated to bringing transformational moments to young people in underserved communities. You can bid on auction items. You can make a donation. Just go to briandawkins.com. What a great day. All right. I know we get the vault coming up, so let's get our friends up because I know we want to share with everybody, man.
Hey, by the way,
these games are fun. Yeah.
Vault, a lot of Sixers.
Yeah, I know. Listen, should be.
Yes.
And like when you get a great win last night, again, they didn't win the title. I get it, but it was a great win. And when you're a 10-point underdog and you win that game on the road, it was just awesome. My man, I got to give my man Vince Pellegrini. Vinny called it. He's been saying it. He goes, dude, they're going to win with or without Embiid. They're going to win tonight. He said it. He was like, you're going to win game 2. He even said, he goes, they're going to score over, I think he had a 111, 107.
Something like that, yeah.
He had a 4-point spread. He was spot on. Great job. Vinny was like, I'm telling you. He's been saying it all along. They're going to win. They're going to win. They're going to win. They're going to win. And, man, that was awesome. Awesome. Paul is in Deptford. Hello, Paulie. Good morning.
Hey, Anthony, it's Tommy.
Oh, hey, Tommy. How are you, pal?
Hey, listen, the beard was a beast last night. I mean, really, he took that guy Williams. I think he's still looking for his shoes and socks. He made a move on him at the top of the key, and he undressed him. I mean, he was hitting everything. And listen, it's exactly what you need. If Embiid comes back, don't get cute. Don't try to get fancy. Don't let Horford take you out of the game. Play like Tucker. I don't need him to score. If he scores 10 points, but he plays back to the rim and he protects it and he's physical, that's all we need. We'll beat them. We got 3 scores. That's all you need. And late in the game, get a couple key rebounds. I don't care. You don't got to score 40, dude. Just be physical and protect the rim. Because they were undressing Reed in the first half, in the first quarter. I mean, it was sickening because they couldn't. And then whatever Doc did and he changed, it was unbelievable. And they can win this series, man. They can.
Yeah, they can. Yeah, you're right on, man. I mean, they're right on. I think that first hit with Paul, with B-Ball Paul, came down to Doc saying, dude, I need you in the game, man. And so he's trying not to foul. And he's again, the game's fast for him. You know, the game's moving fast. He's still a puppy, and so the game moves pretty fast for him.
Yeah, and can I get a plug? And you know these guys. Can I get a plug? I think you found Wheelhouse Cards. I mean, your kids would love it there, Ant.
Oh, that's awesome. Where's it at?
And it's in Wayne.
Okay.
Right on Lancaster Avenue.
That's fabulous.
Your kids would love it. They would.
Yeah, I love all that, the trading cards. I love that stuff. I follow all those
back
people.
In the old days, but it's like back in the old days, but modern.
You know what I mean? That's awesome.
My brother runs. You would like it, Ant. They got shirts.
We gotta give me yo. Give me
Maybe
yo.
we'll meet up there, Ant.
Without a doubt, buddy.
Because we got a yo.
Yo. Wheelhouse Cards. There it is. In Wayne, PA.
Correct.
You got it, brother.
And listen, I'm telling you, Sixers and 6. I'm telling you, I feel it. Yep.
Tell them what to do. Tell Matt and Dick Chunas is next to me what to do. Play the song. Tell them. Play it. I got Dick Chunas next to me here at the golf tournament. Matty Menard back at the studio, so we'll be saying, play it, Matty. Yes.
That's Mr. Dick Chunas to you.
Yes, Dick Chunas next to me. Not to be confused with Dick Dunn.
Yeah. Who was with us yesterday.
Yes. Black Gritty, what's up, EJ? What's going on, man?
First thing first, bleep Boston, okay?
That's right.
Bleep Boston, okay? So, I've always given Glenn a problem, but last night when they went up 4 after it was like 3 rebounds in a row in the third quarter, I'm screaming, call timeout. It was so loud in there, and he walked out in the middle of the court, called timeout, full timeout, came back after the commercial break, had some play called. They went in there and scored. I'm like, now, okay, Glenn. Okay, I see you. You working it, okay. B-ball, Paul. Okay, icing them free throw. Okay, brother. Okay, I forgive everything because his first hand defense is great. It's that he always brings his follow hand around for the foul. When he first goes up, he's always meeting him at the apex, but he always flails. But he stayed in it and did what he did do. Ice them free throws, cuz. And then you know what happened? My man came in there looking like the Cookie Monster and stole the cookies.
Fashionista Cookie Monster.
Yo, he's a Cookie Monster.
Oh,
right?
the
best. That blue suit he came in there with, I'm like, oh, my goodness. And then what did he do? He turned back the hands of time. And the announcer's like, oh, the Sixers need to go faster. I'm like, do you not know my man's cooking right now? Dribble, 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 dribble. And by the time he got done dribbling, everybody was asleep. He crossed Jaylen Brown over and went to the hole. Oh, that's Vincent. Dribble, 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 dribble. Shut your mouth. Work that clock.
That's hysterical.
Oh, my man was something. He was Chef Boy on D last night. But hey, look.
Cookie Monster. Cookie Monster. He was cooking last night.
He was Chef Boy RD, old school, okay? Out the can with it, brother. You know, you're going to eat it regardless. You hungry? You're going to get these truffles, okay? So, I've been hard on him, and I have them because you need that. You need him to turn back the hands of time, and he did it. The team came together, did what they needed to do, and guess what? James Harden showed up, bleep Boston, play the song!
Play it! That's it, baby! And last night became the Harden Garden. Wow. They're coming for game 2.
I love that he said that. And I love that, they're all high-five and hugging each other on the court. He's like, yo, let's go.
Yeah.
Back to the locker room.
He knows, listen, he may be going back to Houston.
He
Who
might
knows,
be.
right? Like,
this could be
it. And I think he kind of senses that this is his best chance.
Yeah.
Milwaukee's already out.
Well, right.
Right? He's looking at this going, this is my chance for a ring. This is going to be my best chance for a ring. Question, and then we're going to get back to the phones. But question, do you sit Joe tomorrow night, game 2, knowing that you got Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, Tuesday, knowing that that's the rhythm coming up, do you sit him tomorrow night? And here's the thing, I would. Now, depending, again, we don't have, and I say this with a caveat, knowing that we don't have exactly what that injury
right,
is.
How bad
right?
it is,
like,
how severe, yeah.
The point is that if you can rest him and he gets that much more stronger and is able to – because I don't want him to come play Wednesday and then next thing you know it's Friday –
he's not ready
he's not ready to go, like for game 2,
but
here's the
deal. So the reason why I say I play him, if he plays Wednesday and isn't good to go Friday, I don't know how much of a difference it would be if you sit him Wednesday, he plays Friday. Is he good to go Sunday? Like, I mean, we don't know, right? So, and that's the big thing. Man, if I could come back home up 2-0.
Yeah, listen.
And look, I know they won without him last night, but they are a better team with them.
But here's the thing. My biggest fear is I play him on Wednesday, and then the next thing you know, Friday, you know how it works with the second game back from injury.
Yeah.
And look, one more, a couple more days of rest. Who knows? Maybe
could help.
You could go strong Friday, Sunday. Like John needs you Friday, Sunday.
Yeah, I mean
Again, and it's hard.
It's a great conversation.
It's a hard conversation to have,
right?
Because you don't know. You don't know the tolerance. You don't know the risk. We don't have. There's so much data we don't know.
Look, so I'll say this: the reason why I want to play him, and it's not just hey, play through your injury. They did shoot 88%, and the Sixers. I don't want to.
Listen, you need them. No, nobody's saying you don't need them.
Right, but if I can come back home up 2-0, that's my biggest thing. I don't know if they can win that game again, like last night again.
Except let me play devil's advocate with that real quick, because listen, we agree, right? Like obviously, you need him in there, and listen, he's a great player, so of course you need. The more chances you play without him, the tougher it's going to be. And remember, Boston, there was probably a degree of taking them lightly. It's what happens when a team is without a star. That happens sometimes. But you know what? They could be thinking, they one more night, like, oh, man, we got to guard, we got to take them off switches and all the other things. Maybe there's some confidence. Maybe you steal another one.
I mean, look, if you could steal another one. And without the big man.
But devil's advocate is, I beat you.
Right.
Now, you still got to beat me without him.
Yeah.
And that's a big thing. Like, in their minds, that's still a big thing. Like,
they're going,
you got to beat me.
How come we were able to beat him without
right,
him, and now we can't
like you
beat
couldn't
him?
stop me offensively.
Yeah.
All right? I didn't have my big fella, and you couldn't stop me. Now I'm going to come at you again the same way while he sits and rests. And, oh, yeah, by the way, I got him lurking for Friday night when I come home, when we go to Philadelphia.
Yeah. I also have to imagine that the Celtics are coming away with some sort of – look, I mean, a series, right? We always talk about the chess match that is a 7-game series of the NBA. I would imagine the Celtics staff watches over this game and goes, all right, what do we do to combat this if this is the way it is again in Game 2?
Oh, of course they're going to make adjustments. Everybody makes adjustments.
Right, that's why I would almost
you still got to get over
with my best team.
You still got to come over the hump. Like, you still got to get over the hump. My whole thing is this. The last thing I want is to come home and then he's not 100%.
Right, and then all of a sudden they look slow because they're still playing through.
Right.
But that could
I don't know
also
what
be Game 4 if he plays Game 3.
Okay, but if I'm up 2-1,
I got you.
I feel I'd rather be up 2-1 going into Sunday than being down being down 2-1. You get my point.
Yeah, I agree.
But so that Friday's a big circle day. The crowd's going to be nuts.
Oh, yeah. MVP
like the whole thing.
Probably, right?
Yeah. I mean, you know what? And by the way, maybe you negate some of that 2-day thing with an extra couple days rest. I don't know. All right. Maddie, open the vault.
When we began opening this vault nearly 2 hours ago, we had no real idea what we'd find inside. As it turns out, we haven't found very much.
All right, so here's what we're going to do. It's a great day because we're reacting to the Sixers win. So keep this bed going for now, Matt. But what I want to do first, before we get to the highlights, I want to play the clip. You asked Tim Legler a specific question yesterday about whether or not we could see Houston Harden. And this is what Legs had to say on the show like 6 hours before tip-off.
But I will say this. I do think going up there, if Embiid's not playing, okay, Harden now knows there's a lot of pressure off of him, honestly, because now nobody is expecting them to win the game, right? Nobody. So now, let's just say he's not playing. Harden actually, I think, can operate pretty well then as knowing I am the focal point of this offense. I don't have to – I'm going to play similarly to how I played in Houston. Now, is he quite as quick with his burst when he goes by someone and leave them in the rearview mirror, separate? No, not quite. And you saw that in the Brooklyn series. Like, he missed a lot of stuff in the paint when the defender was kind of still in proximity. Like in Houston, that guy was dust. Like, you're gone. After I do the crossover 3-4 times, and boom, I explode by you. Yeah, he's lost a little of that, but he's still got enough to go in there and have, a 16 free throw game. Hit 4 or 5 shots in the paint and also hit 3-4 step back threes. And you add it all up, and you got a 30-point game in him. Does he still have the capability of doing that? I do think that he does, and I do think if Embiid doesn't play, I think he's going to be a little bit more relaxed. Look, this is us against the world. Nobody thinks we can pull this off. I'm very comfortable now. This is about me tonight and going and doing it. I do think he's got it in him.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Incredible.
I answered the question, which was, hey, without Embiid, man, it's going to be on Harden's shoulders. Is he capable of carrying him? And he said, yeah, man, that was it.
Yeah. Now he said 30.
Now, you know
went over 45.
You know what's interesting is that he talked about going to the line. Those refs. I mean, listen, it was a home court ref. It was a home cooking ref night. I thought there was some shaky calls.
It was a bad day for the refs, and that's why I thought they were
going
to
go to the line the first day.
I thought they were going to go offensive foul on Maxey.
Yeah,
because of how that whole game was playing.
And the whole thing, and again, it was nuts. I mean, they didn't go to the line at all the first half.
No, that can't happen.
They went to the line 12 times the whole game.
That can't happen.
you kidding me?
All right. That sets up the highlights. And now, Maddie, can you please play the bells? There you go. All right, we'll start the first quarter, man. Harden, 3, number 1.
Harden already in the game with 9. He's had 2 threes. He has it outside right. Guarded by Smart. Reed with the screen. Another 3 by James. It's good. Harden is on fire early. And the Sixers take a 5-point lead.
And now in the second quarter, we'll continue with the Harden. Harden driving. As Leg said, can he get past them for a game where you don't have Embiid? He did.
9 to shoot. Brown gets it back. Sixers in his zone. Maxey has Brown. Jaylen Brown on top. Shot clock at 4. Brown spins. Loses the ball. Tucker with it. Lead pass to Harden. Harden with 1 man to beat. It's Tatum. He pushes off and banks it in. He veers to the left to kind of take away Tatum's angle. And like I said, leaned into him and got the layup.
We talked about how big DeAnthony Melton was last night. 17 points. The guy was just drilling threes constantly. And here's one of them in the second quarter.
Maxey outside left gets a screen by Tucker. Now a screen by Reed. Rejects it. Goes to the left side. Spins away off the dribble from Brown. Reed gets it back to Maxey. Outside right, Melton. Catch and shoot. It's good. DeAnthony Melton, 6 of 8. He's 5 for 5 from 3.
All of a sudden, it's a 4-point game. You're going, wait a minute. They're making a push. They're making a push, and they're just down 3 at halftime. So now in the third quarter.
That was it. Melton was
dude.
Key.
Oh my God.
He was key. You can't say enough about him. He kept him in the game.
Guy plays good defense, and when he's hot, man, he's hitting those threes. Here's Harden in the third quarter, giving the Sixers a 2-point lead.
Harden with the dribble. Harden guarded by Smart. He's got the ball off his left hand into the lane on Smart. Hangs in traffic. Puts it up and in. James Harden with 23 points. A rugged interior basket on Smart. And the Sixers have taken the lead. Down by 3 at the half and now up 2.
Maddie, do me a favor. As this bet ends, can you please, Anthony, can you say the words?
Play it! Play the freaking song!
Now here's Maxey, third quarter. Play these back-to-back for me, Matt. Maxey just heating up in the second half.
Paul Reed with a high screen on Derek White. Off a switch now, Tatum on Maxey. Back to White. Here's a drive by Tyrese. Layup up and good. Underhand scoop from about 6 feet. High off the glass and in. Maxey with 14. Sixers by 4. Long rebound, Paul Reed. He's done it again. Back out top, Maxey. 19 seconds to go in the third. Sixers ball. 85 all. Reed with the range and the rebound. Here's Maxey coming into the lane. Pulls up for 15. It's good. Knocks it in. Just under 10 seconds to go. 87-85.
Now we go to the fourth quarter. It's tied.
I know, dude.
A tie game in the Garden going into the fourth quarter.
My cousin said that he's like, listen, this is all we can want, right? All we can ask for is that we got a quarter. We got a quarter. And at this point,
not playing better one time.
At this point, you're going, you know, you got to punch your chance. That's got who knows, right? Like, we've seen this before.
You got red hot Harden here, making it a 99-96 ball game.
96 all. McDaniels comes with a high screen. Harden comes off right-hand dribble. A fake push, and now the 3. It's good. He made it. Marcus Smart kind of got out of the way as if Harden pushed him, and that space allowed Harden to shoot an open 3. Mistake by Smart. 6:50 to go. The Sixers 99. Boston 96. 6:45 to go.
And now this is when it gets crazy. Shot clock dwindling for Boston. And Brogdon, instead of taking a shot, just passes it to Maxey. You and I are on the same page. We thought Maxey may have walked, but he didn't. And here's Maxey giving them a 1-point lead.
Brown held up by Tobias. Back out to Smart. Ball fake. Dribble move into the lane. And now back out to Tatum. 2 to shoot. Brogdon with it. Brogdon will he get up? No! He throws it to Maxey. And don't call it. And Maxey gets a layup. Boston had almost a 24-second shot clock violation, but they threw it right to Maxey. And Maxey dunks the ball. The Sixers have taken the lead. 114-113. Malcolm Brogdon with a huge error. Boston with a turnover, and Maxey got a layup. The entire arena came to a pause. Everybody looking around like, was there a whistle? Does this count? And Maxey went in and dunked it, almost as an afterthought.
It was so weird, though. The way you bring up that, the way he flicked the ball.
And then even before he went up, he looked like he stopped.
Yeah, and then he took another step or 2.
And I was like...
But it was weird because he did it twice. Like, first he flicked the ball to himself.
Make a case that
and then, you're right, then he took like 5 steps.
Right, I'm like,
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you're right. He probably thought, oh, there's a whistle.
Right. Everybody
And by the way, he just thought it was what
what happened?
Yeah.
Shot clock violation.
Yeah.
Now, that wasn't the winner. So Sixers now down a point. And Harden says, I got this, guys.
Here comes the finale of Game 1. Harden with it. 15 seconds to go. Horford has him out top. James with a dribble. Harden one-on-one. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Harden for 3. Shot up. It's good. Harden made a triple. The Sixers go up by 2. 8 seconds to go. Boston takes time. Sixers 117. Celtics 115. James Harden from out front nailed a 3. His 7-3. He's got 45 points, and the crowd is gasping. They have their hands on their mouths. They can't believe it as Harden off the dribble, rising over Horford and nailing a topside tray.
Dude, are you kidding me?
I can't believe it, dude.
By the way, what a great call by Tom.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, McGinnis was just strong.
Best.
And he did. Here's the finale of Game 1.
Oh, what a great setup,
It is
man.
a great setup,
That's
man.
awesome.
Give me that again, Matty. Here comes the finale of Game 1. Like, that is
Here
awesome.
comes the finale of Game 1. Harden with it. 15 seconds to go. Horford has him out top. James with a dribble. Harden one-on-one. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Harden for 3. Shot up. It's good. Harden made a triple. The Sixers go up by 2. 8 seconds to go. Boston takes time.
Wow, that was awesome.
Now, last but not least, I got to show my man some love. Out the mud. Paul Reed gets fouled and ices it with the free throws, and here's how it sounded at the end.
Reed can make it 119-115. 4.6 to play. Foul line right, 2 dribbles, bends his knees, puts it up, and in. Paul Reed has given the Sixers a 4-point lead. Boston is smart at midcourt. The Sixers let him shoot a 3. It's up, it's no good, and the Sixers have won Game 1. Paul Reed with 4 free throws down the stretch, and the Sixers win 119-115. How about that? They shoot for the, I never want to say it, 12 of 12. Here come the disconsolate C's. Tatum and Brown, Horford, and Smart has already ripped off his jersey. Malcolm Brogdon, who had an unbelievable, almost unexplainable turnover. And the Sixers have taken the first game as this crowd is shocked. And they leave the Garden 119-115. The final. Harden with 45 points. The crucial 3 to give the Sixers the lead. And then Paul Reed with the free throws.
That's fabulous. Amazing.
Oh, the disconsolate C's. Very good, man. Excellent job by McGinnis. Love that. Wow. How about it, Rod? How about it, buddy? My man, that's the good engineer, Rodney. That's the Philadelphia man. That's right. I am a homer. I got no ear. Russ called me a homer. I am. I make no bones about it, bro. Bleep y'all and bleep Boston, mother father. All right, we'll come back. We'll get back on the phones. Lots to do today from the Brian Dawkins Celebrity Golf Tournament right here. Penn Oaks Country Club. Beautiful golf club. Beautiful spot, Penn Oaks in Westchester. Let me listen, treat yourself. You want your lawn to look like this, the greens here at Penn Oaks? Treat yourself to that Gravely. Greatest. Jaws of Pope. Another great day. How about that draft, Jaws? A plus, he says. A plus. Awesome. The great Ron Jaworski. We love him. That's right. You know, and Ron. the beauty, as the Gruss goes, though, you're a homer. And the beauty is you get to a certain age, and I'm not. I left my journalist card. I left that when I moved to the radio airwaves. Yeah, I can be it.
Yep.
I don't really care. I can do it.
Damn right.
All right.
Mother father.
That's it, man. And, I hate Boston. All right? It goes back.
It goes back to your childhood.
Goes back to childhood, man. Hate them. Hate all day long. It's the Celtics. Don't like the Celtics. Don't like them. Marcus Smart, the Goblin, don't like them. All right?
Smart.
Listen.
Marcus Smart.
Yeah, all of them. Tatum, right? Jaylen Brown with the mask. All of them. Can't stand you.
Scares me with that mask.
Brogdon, Derek White, can't stand you. Take off the headband, Derek White.
Orford.
Oh,
thief.
Are you kidding me?
Thief, all-time thief.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, man.
Come here. Anna?
Dude, yeah. People were
Anna.
tagging her all day on Twitter yesterday because she's on it, too. So they're tagging her constantly. Dude, it's just awesome. Like,
yeah.
And again, I go back to the knuckleheads on ESPN. Can you imagine?
What a talk. What a jerk off. I'm sorry. I just had to say one more
And
time.
still no tweet about, hey, my bad.
Forget about my
Good
bad.
for you, Harden.
First of all, you want to talk about being unprofessional. Like, listen, I can joke around. I do Philadelphia radio. You're doing a national. When you're doing a national, you don't act like that. You sound like an idiot. It's ridiculous. Laughing like a fool. Like, give me a break, dude. And that's just a clickbait type of,
of course,
mentality. All right, let's get back to the phones and talk to our friends. Roll through it. Davey, you're on 97.5, the Fanatic. Dave.
Hey, Anthony, how things are going?
What's up,
tell you
Dave?
right now. I can tell you, the city of Philadelphia is on fire right now. Especially, a lot of people don't realize this. This week in Philadelphia sports, you reunited two of the greatest rivalries in the city's history, with the Phillies playing the Dodgers and the Philadelphia Union playing LAFC. Both games tonight are insane because why? The Phillies are home against the Boston Red Sox, and
man, it's just
exactly. And then on top of that,
yes, Dave. You're
so
right.
like I said, exactly. This is the best time to be a sportsman here in Philadelphia, and I've had people up in Boston ripping me so badly saying, "Oh, Philadelphia doesn't know how to act right." Oh, really? How's Boston been in the last 24 hours?
Yep, that's it, baby. That's right on, Dave.
Oh, and by the way, play that song.
What's over on
Today?
Yes.
We'll start calls late. I'll still go 11.5.
11.5?
Yeah. Now we got legs at some point, so maybe I'll knock it down to 9.5.
Dude, that's light.
We're already at 1.
I mean, that's light.
I don't know. People need to do it.
All right.
Maybe you want to bet the over then.
All right. You're like, what do you want from me?
Look, I got inside trade.
I
got
just make
inside
the
trade
lines.
here.
David, you're on 97.5 the Fanatic. David.
Yo.
What's up,
cousin.
David? What's going on, man?
Hey, man, I just want to say it's my first time calling. I don't usually get the chance to listen to you guys because I'm usually working, but I'm off today in honor of the Sixers,
I love it.
But, hey, I got some not crazy predictions, but I just want to know what you guys think. So, number 1, Game 2. If the Sixers are up going into the half, we win Game 2. What do you think?
Listen, I mean, I got to tell you, I could see something, where they get in their heads. I could see it. I could see that.
Mm-hmm.
So listen, last night when they jump out to that lead, Dave, right, and they're shooting 88%, and they could get no real margin. I mean, that was everything. And that was in their head, man. I mean, look, Sixers just were around. And then you could see they looked tight. And how they ran their offense at the end of that game, they looked a little tight to me, Boston.
Yeah, that's for sure. Now, my second prediction, this one might be a little bit crazier, but I think it could happen just based off of the Super Bowl, the MLS championship, which I ended last year, and the Phillies. I think Going into game 2, if like I said, if we're up at the half and the Sixers win game 2, and we come back home, because keep in mind, Embiid probably is going to be announced MVP tonight. I think he is. And so going back home with that type of momentum, up 2-0 on the Celtics, our home crowd, with Embiid's MVP ceremony, if he comes back game 3, which I think he will, and he plays like an MVP out of his mind, I think it's an extremely high possibility that we even sweep the Celtics.
I got news for you. Listen, you win tomorrow night, I can totally see it. I mean, listen, obviously the series tomorrow night is just everything, right? If they can't protect their home court and win a game in Boston, and whether it's a sweep or a gentleman's sweep, that's what it is, baby. I feel you. Listen, tomorrow night is an interesting game because if they win tomorrow night, man, that's obviously you win both up there. Forget about it.
Yeah, think about it. Like you said, if we win game 2, Boston literally has nothing going in their favor.
No, yeah.
They're down 0-2.
And remember, their
home
whole slogan, David, is unfinished business. That's their slogan, unfinished business. And you know how it works because they got there last year, and all of a sudden they go, oh, we can't get over the hump. The hump's too big. Mm-hmm. And meanwhile, the real unfinished business, Dave, and enjoy this day off, baby, is the Sixers getting past the second round and going beyond.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. That'd be great. Now, can we pause for a second?
No.
Okay.
Yeah,
well, it's Sixers related.
No.
It goes back to the Friedel and McNutt, Monica McNutt. So Dickie Dunn has sent me. They have actually posted about last night's game. And now it's the walk back. So Friedel says, because somebody ripped him, he goes, he was awesome tonight. But it was never about one game. It was about Harden being able to carry them all the way through the series without Embiid. I'll believe when I see it if he can do that 3 more times.
Oh, give me a break. What a tool.
So that's Friedel.
What a mook. Friedel.
Monica McNutt
First
checks
of all,
in.
Who are these people? Who are they?
They're on NBA.
Marvin
NBA
McNutt is a receiver.
Yes. So Monica McNutt. I love fans.
Friedel play for the Reds?
I know Bobby Rydell, R.I.P. Monica McNutt checks in. I love fans. Y'all so irrational. That was insane vintage performance and all credit due. In fact, I agreed this was the formula. Series is way more interesting now. However, if Joel is out, ... I stand by what I said. Enjoy this, though.
Oh, God. I hate these people.
You can't just say, yo, my man had a good game. I didn't think he'd do it.
Yeah, whatever. No, because you know why? It's all agenda.
Yes.
It's agenda. You're not a true sportsman if you're about agenda.
Exactly.
See, this is what Legs. This is why I love talking to Legs. Like, when we're talking about that. Legs just gives you – he's true to the sport. Like, it's not about Harden. It's not about anything. It's about basketball.
Yeah. That's all it is for him.
Right? When you talk about Legler, when we have Legs on, it's just about that. It's just about the sport. I've always liked analysts.
Yeah.
And those who pontificate to just love the sport. All right? And it doesn't matter you're right, you're wrong. We're all going to be right and wrong.
Right.
We're all going to nail some. We're going to get some wrong. That's what it is. Because nobody's got a crystal ball. But if you are true to the sport and you love the sport.
Respect the game, man.
That's what it comes down to.
Respect the game.
It comes down to that, Tunis. That's an analyst I love.
Yes.
The ones that truly love the game. They're not out for themselves.
Because these two are going to they're going to root for Harden and have a bad game then.
Right. They're just trying to make it's all about themselves.
Yes.
It's an agenda for themselves. That's all that is. And that I have no respect for.
Damn right.
Let's go to Ups, man. What's happening, Ups, man? Where you been, baby?
Man, they had put me on a graveyard shift for 3 months, man. Horrible experience ever. But I'm back to my regular scheduled programming, though.
Oh, good to see you. Good to have you back, Ups, man.
Absolutely. So I'm gonna run through this real fast. I want to touch on the Sixers and I want to touch on the fans, being a sports fan, man. So PJ Tucker, I told people the things that he do not show up on the stat sheet. He is playoff Tucker. That's what he's brought here for, and he's showing up and showing out. Tobias, good job on you. No complaints there. Keep doing what you're doing, bro. Harden, that was a statement. Harden made a statement to the league last night and to all these pundits that think he can't do it no more and all that. Good job on you. I'm just so excited for this squad. Well, we've been saying it all year long. And this team is different. It's a different feel to it.
A different feel. You
can see it.
Yes.
You can see it. And here's another thing. Even the coach, even Dawkins is
he coached his ass off. He did. He coached a great game last night.
Yes, he did.
You got no big man. You lose your and again, the biggest advantage was Embiid, right? Because they have no one to guard him. And you're without him last night. And what he did off all those screens and got all the matchups he wanted was fantastic.
Yup, making adjustments. And you know what? To piggyback off of that, I think this coach on the other side is a little over his head. I know he's a rookie and everything. Yep. He got thrown into the fire. I mean, listen, you got a good team. He was blessed with a good team. That's why they are where they are. But at the end of the day, I think Doc can out coach him. And I think that's what's going to happen. And here's another thing, Ant. So, I've been in real deep with these playoffs. These playoffs has been wonderful. And they've been running a commercial, a cell phone commercial, where it's like a pickup game going on. And they got the women out there, they got the men out there playing each other. And the girl does she does the step over, right? And that made me think. And I said, you know what, man? Things like situations like that. Now, when you invest in being a fan, you know from the rip that you're not going to win every year. Okay, you're not going to win every year. But when you invest in being a fan, you invest in the great moments that you can remember.
That's
the great moments that you can say that you were there for. You know what I'm saying? Like the step over. Like, bro, I watched that live. You know what I'm saying? And I could go back and say my kids, like, hey, she got that from this. I saw that. I know where I was when that happened. Like the 4th and 26. You know what happened. You know what I'm saying? Like those moments that we cherish, even though we don't have a lot of championships, those moments like that from these players, the great moments that we will cherish forever. And I just want to say to these curmudgeon fans, remember that because you got into sports for cheering. You got into sports for moments like that. Not being
it's
ignorant
community.
And mean all the time.
You got into it to it's your teams. You love sports. We all love to play it. We all love our squad. We love to watch it. We love to share it. It's civic pride. It's all that stuff. And you're right. It's moments. I agree, dude. I'm with you.
It's moments, man.
You're preaching to me, and that's my whole thing, buddy.
Just remember the moment.
Sports builds churches, buddy. Yep. That's right.
Enjoy this ride that we on right now. Listen, we might not make the chip, but listen, man, that game last night, you're going to remember that game because that was a statement. Those things that Harden did in that game, you're going to remember. Because that was vintage Harden. You know what I'm saying? Like, just remember the moments that this team and the teams that give us, man, the Phillies, the Sixers, everybody in this city, remember those great moments that this team and the city gave us, man. That's all I got to say.
I got to tell you, I love
play the song, bro.
There is. Play it. Very good.
I'm still stuck that I saw Hall of Fame Harden.
Yeah.
Right? Like, and I saw you tweeted out the word vintage. Like, the word vintage, I think, was trending last night because everyone's like, oh, my God, that's the guy that we saw.
Yeah.
Now, years ago, right? Like, this wasn't last season, right? Like, this was like 4 years. It's like 4 years removed from James Harden playing like that. And, again, he's been a good basketball player. He was good with the Nets when everybody was healthy. He had a great season this year for the Sixers as a true point guard. But we have not seen that 40-point performance.
No.
We've barely seen 30. We saw it against the Bucks, that comeback. That was probably in February, that incredible comeback. But other than that, we haven't seen games where he is completely taken over. We've seen spurts where he takes over in a game. But, dude, start to finish, he was money.
Money.
7 threes.
Nah, I mean, listen, he shot the ball really well. The other thing, too, is he was getting what he wanted. Right?
Yes.
He was getting And he was getting space too.
8 days did him well, man.
He did. It did.
8 days did him well.
It did. And he was getting what he wanted. He got space. He got matchups. He was able to, again, life in the legs. We talk about legs, life in his legs.
Yep.
That wasn't there last year, and it's there, and you saw it. And I got news for you. Here's what I'm thinking. You sit out Joe tomorrow, and you know who scores 45 tomorrow?
Maxey.
Yep. He, again, 26. And shot well. Here's a couple open looks he had. And it was funny. My cousin was talking about igniting. He's like starting a fire, right?
Yes.
Like Rob, when you ignite the spot, the minute he gets a couple of, and he goes in spurts, and then he starts to drain it.
He scores from everywhere.
And I think he slayed that Boston thing in his head.
Yeah, and he needed it, man. I think it was huge how he ended that series against Brooklyn.
Big time.
We talk about Harden getting ejected and Maxey taking over and winning the game, and I think that was a big boost to his confidence. And then, he sees the boogeyman in Boston, and he gets over that. Like, he should be fine the rest of the series.
Yeah.
He might not, maybe he drops 41 games. But
Well, no, like if you had to
but
get
even
like
if he's
tomorrow night,
consistently 20s,
no, without a doubt. And the beauty of what Maxey does is the flurry.
Yes.
Like you want to talk about McFlurry,
right?
All right, he's a flurry guy. Like layup, floater, three, steal, three, like 5, 7, 9 points.
Create your own
Boom.
shot, step back threes.
Right.
Like the guy does it all.
And he does the fly runouts.
Yep.
Right, like that sort of thing is a big deal for him.
Yeah, it's huge.
And it's such a great momentum deal for when you're looking at your team, right? And you're looking at how the Sixers need to play it. When you have that kind of momentum swing with Maxey on the floor like that, that's a huge deal.
I still can't believe they got him with the 21st overall pick.
Yeah.
Because
I'll tell you what.
Because Mike Muscala hit a three
I know,
in the
crazy.
bubble.
Listen, things work out, right?
It's just amazing.
Listen, we rode it after Okafor, Fultz, and Simmons, and everything else. Hey, the other thing too is real quick. Not for nothing, but I still can't. What I can't believe is they shot what they shot and couldn't get margin.
Yeah. Over 80%, dude.
And they shot what they shot in that first half.
Yeah.
And couldn't get margin. That was amazing.
Thank you, DeAnthony Melton.
Yeah. I mean, where's that come from?
Right.
17 points in the second quarter? Are you kidding me?
Just drilling threes, too.
I mean, it was just
and some of them were contested. Like,
he was unconscious.
Incredible.
Like, he kept them in the game. Otherwise, it's 15-point game.
Right. You're going to halftime. You're going, oh, boy, get ready, big man. We need you back.
Yeah. All right. Man, oh, man, this is awesome. We're live at the Brian Dawkins Celebrity Golf Tournament, and I love this place, man. This is the Pan Oaks Golf Club in Westchester. It's an amazing spot. All the celebs are here. Jason Kelsey, BG, B. West, Trey Thomas, Trot, Jaws, Brett Selleck, and, of course, the great Brian Dawkins, who in the Brian Dawkins Impact Foundation is dedicated to bringing transformational moments to young people in underserved communities. To bid on auction items or make a donation, go to briandawkins.com. We'll come back and so much to do, so much fun. And I got to tell you, Ups, man, spot on with his call. I loved his call. I just thought it was beautiful, man. I loved it. It's like these like this game one when people go, you're celebrating like it's the NBA Finals. Like they won the championship. It's not about that.
No, you're celebrating.
It's celebrating the game. It's a great win.
Sport.
One game, great win, great night. It's about singular moments, man. A game provides that for you.
We still celebrate game one against the Lakers, man.
Yeah,
we
man.
still celebrate that. But this isn't Shaq and Kobe, man.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy.
I don't think the Celtics win 4 straight.
They're not that good. I keep telling you, they're not that good. All right. Let me tell you about the Bet Parks app, right? Because
Fanatic, Penn Oaks, Brian Dawkins, Celebrity Golf Outing. Anthony's holding court. Welcome back. Can I show you something?
Yeah, what do you got, buddy?
Dude, my buddy Matt photoshopped you over the Harden outfit. Come on, man.
That's fabulous.
Would you ever pull that off?
I would do it. I mean, I can't pull off like him, but I would do it just to be an idiot.
If the Sixers win, they win it all. Would you wear that on
I'll
Broad
be
Street?
like Jason Kelsey wearing that outfit on Broad Street. I'd do it in a second. Are you kidding me?
I can't stop. I can't stop looking at it.
Dude, I would wear the Harden outfit for a week. Are you kidding me? First of all, it looks hell.
All right, what would you rather wear, this or Cam Newton's grandma outfit?
I want Harden, man. I'm going beard. I'm going Cookie Monster.
By the way, my buddy Matt.
Cookie Monster all day,
I brought him up on the air before. He's a brewer in Massachusetts.
Yes.
And he said it's dead at the.
Oh, I love it. What's tomorrow night going to be like
between
the
the Bruins and oh my God, he says just dead.
What's that going to be like tomorrow at the TG Garden? Oh, a lot of tight Boston.
Oh my God, yeah.
A lot of tight Boston butts. Oh, they're going to be tight tomorrow, especially after the Bruins. Oh, tight Boston butts. Too.
And then Harper's back. They sweep the Red Sox.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
See, every time you bring that up, I start to look at Vito and I go sideways.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't even understand. He goes, "Oh, just the Sox, just the Red Sox, just the Red Sox."
Are you going to any of the three games?
That's enough to be buried. That's enough.
He's not going to any of the games though.
Listen,
you know why?
Until
he doesn't want to wear his Red Sox gear.
Until he brings me. Listen, he's dead to me. Until he brings me a bag full of his Boston, garments, and I light it on fire, and that's the only way he's get back in the family. Otherwise, he's out. Because if you like Boston Red Sox, you could. It's not.
You never know.
You never know. Yeah. It's a quick jump to Grossman.
Yeah. Because then you go, you know what? I'm happy for the city.
Yeah.
Right. Like if the Celtics win, I'm happy for them.
Celtics, Patriots. Yeah. Listen, Vito. You disappointed me. I thought you were true blue. You disappointed me with that Red Sox, and the way he said it too. Because Harden was the strangler. Harden was the Boston Strangler. He channeled Andrew Toney.
You're about to be the Tunis Strangler. You're freaking me out, man.
Look at me, Tunis.
I know. You're freaking me out. You're getting close.
What did I tell you? Listen to me. I told you that they had to win. All right? They had to win.
Thank God.
And if I want to tell you how I was last night.
Oh, my God. I can only imagine.
And I'm dying on the inside. Like, I had a pit. Like, even yesterday. Doing the show and all the is he playing? Is he not playing?
Blow it up.
All
if he doesn't play, blow
Dude,
it up.
I had a knot in my stomach.
Yeah.
Literally from the time I woke up yesterday through and especially in the first half.
Oh my God, yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, they're shooting 88%. Can't stop them.
Yeah.
I only felt better when it was the way it was at halftime and the fact that there was no margin.
Yeah.
I
down
felt better.
3.
All right? That was the only thing. I felt better. After that, it was like, all right, you start to gradually.
Yeah, just keep playing like that.
But all day
Stay
yesterday,
close.
I got to tell you, honestly, all day yesterday.
Oh, yeah, because even the show, every caller was, and I don't blame I didn't blame anybody for being in a bad mood yesterday. I was in a bad mood yesterday.
I know.
I just want good things to happen to me.
I know.
Sorry for being selfish.
No, I get it. Believe me. BG, you're on 97 by the Fanatic. BG.
Vito's out. Get out of here. He's probably a fan of that Fever Pitch movie. Is that what that's called?
Probably. Yes.
Look, I'll be honest. It's not that bad.
Dude, how amazing is this? I just got some headlines and stuff to run past you. I can't even focus on work. The Athletic, Causeway Street Chaos. How great is that? Boston Globe. What did we do to deserve this? First the Bruins, now the Celtics stunned at TD Garden. It's only game 1. We're still the best team standing, but Boston is officially traumatized.
Gasol. You gotta be kidding me. Well, they got no grounds to go cry to the gods.
What do we do?
They're seeking pity. Are you kidding me? All those freaking championships, all the cheating done in Boston. Are you kidding me?
And if you
Boston.
If you really want to feel good today, go to the Boston Celtics Reddit subreddit. Oh, my God. There are people about to jump out windows. If we can't beat the Sixers at home without Embiid, we don't deserve to win the finals. Watching the boys play down to the competition. Watching them play down to the competition to blow another easy one in the playoffs. Here's one. I still believe, but it feels like nothing's going right now. It's amazing.
I love it.
Oh, the tide is turning on that rotten city up there. I love it. Hey, can I ask, what was Missoula doing defensively? So I had talked to friends, and I even talked to T. Will on Twitter. If you don't follow me, Valdez is great on Twitter, great follow. But me and T. Will were going back. It's like I'm a hack basketball coach. I would have doubled Harden, frustrated Harden, pressured Harden. Anyone else could have beat me last night but Harden.
You know what's funny? I agree with you. I would have swarmed them. I would have swarmed them. And by the way, they have the backcourt to do that.
Yeah, and they just let them get these shots all night.
And all they did was they fell into just the switches, right? Those screens. They fell for the screens. They just fell right into the trap.
Yeah,
listen, I agree with you.
Doc totally outcoached Missoula last night, that's for sure.
Yeah, he passed them.
Maxey really coming of age. There was a couple of moments there, 6-5 minutes. He had a couple drives and he hesitated and pulled up, but then the last 4 minutes he turned it on. It looks like Tobias Casper is exercised.
Tobias,
right?
let's give some Tobias love.
I've beat him up
that
for years.
Three was awesome.
Through.
But by the way, he also using them correctly now too.
Yeah.
I had 18 points, a quiet 18.
And he had a big three. That was a big three, man. That three time inside 5 minutes to go.
There's one play he looked like Curly Neal dribbling around. He looked lost and it ends up with a nice easy layup.
I'm happy for him, man. I really am.
So hey, great few days in Philly sports world. We got Boston falling apart. Great draft. 2 or 3 of the Astros. The Rangers get eliminated. Harper's back. Edmonton advances, by the way. And also, the Sixers win without Embiid. You know where? In the playoffs on that damn parquet floor. On the parquet they did.
I love it.
So good. You play them game 2 if you can, or you just come back 1-1?
No. By the way, I don't know that I'm conceding anything.
Yeah.
I mean, you know why? Because here's the other bullet in the chamber. Maximus. So, I'm all good. You know what? Sit Embiid and let Maximus reign. All right?
I'm with you because you know what?
Let Tyrese reign.
If they take 2 without Embiid, they're done. Their souls are done.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Play the song. Tune it.
Play it.
Whoever it is, play the
song. Dick Bernard.
Dude, I just watched the backseat with the Brogdon turnover. Dude, he took 3 steps.
Yeah, he did.
Dude,
he took 4.
I'm just
my
God, we got by one there.
And look, and then the other one, and then the start it where he kind of flicks it out to
himself. Yeah.
You know what that is? I mean, you can't do that. You can't pass the ball to yourself, flick it out like that. I'm shocked. You know what? I am shocked that they didn't look at that.
Yeah, I'm shocked they didn't look at it. I was surprised. They didn't even look, if I'm not mistaken, they didn't even look to see if it was a shot clock violation.
I know. I'll be honest with you.
Which it wasn't.
I know.
But, because I'm watching again, yeah, he let go of the ball 0.1 seconds. But, I don't know, you could make the case that it didn't hit rim and,
Dude, I'm completely with you.
It worked out.
Completely with you. It did work out. I got another one. The request, my man South Philly Santa, play the song.
Yes.
So there it is. You know South Philly Santa's on the over. Dine. You know that. Nikki, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Hello, Nikki.
11 and a half. Tuners, take me over. Play
Tell them you got a wizard on the phone right now, because who called that 40 bomb last night?
I love it, Nicky. You did, buddy.
Called the 40 and the win, huh?
That's right, brother.
Come on,
You
man.
got the you're right. 40 burger by you, Nicky. I love it.
Bro, I had my crystal ball, man. I seen the whole future. I seen how it was gonna go. I was talking to my friends before the game, and they're talking about, oh, I'm not even gonna watch the game, like that. Like what? Like listen, like we still got James Harden. Like people forget we still got Harden. Like everyone wants to say, oh yeah, but he's not Houston James Harden. Yeah, but when we need him to be that, he will be that. He plays a certain role on this team. Like not a lot of star players can really do that. Play a whole different style, especially when you're a player like James Harden who's won scoring titles. Now he just went and he averaged the most assists. Like bro, he's special. Yeah. Like bro, they have no chance. Like Celtics have no chance if Embiid comes back. Like we gotta talk about get the Bruins back. I honestly,
yeah, I want to slow down just a little bit, right? Slow down just a little bit, because it's game one. I don't want to piss off any gods, right? Like so, but I feel you big time. And look, we're coming after game two. I'm with you, but I don't want to talk about a broom. No broom talk.
All day. I know you felt the same. I felt like I had to poop all day. I had that feeling in my stomach all day long. It hurt all day. And it felt like, especially when we came out firing. Oh, I snapped on FanDuel last night, too. I don't even want to talk about that, but I cashed out last night on FanDuel because I took my bets and everything. Listen, like, it's just so crazy because I really think we're looking at the best Sixers team we ever had. Because, like, I don't think – not of all time, but I'm saying with Embiid, like, I don't think any other Sixers team would have got that win last night without Embiid. Like, it just shows
you had think about it, right? You had the Ben Simmons poison that you were dealing with, so that was one thing. And then last year, you were really thin, and you had Harden on one leg.
Even Doc Rivers, like, can we get – I know we come at Doc all the time, but we got to give him, like, he's switching the two.
Yes.
We did everything right. Like, everyone thought we were just going to lay down and get beat. No. Harden came in looking like Cookie Monster. But see, wasn't for Cookie. He was for Celtics last night, and he was eating the Celtics last night. It was listen, I'm real excited. Even if Embiid don't play game two, like, that was really a statement. Like, I don't think we have anything to worry about. Like, and especially, like, and Embiid's going to win MVP tonight, too. Like, we got to talk about that, too. Like, if he wins MVP, we come in game two, say we sneak another one in, and we come back Friday. Up 2-0.
Yeah, I know. Let's again, no broom talk. We're not talking about brooms. We'll leave the closet door shut for now. All right?
Play it!
Play it for Nicky. Good job. Here's what I love the excitement. I'm all down with the excitement. But, one game in the series. First game's first game. Keep the closet door shut, the broom closet. Let that stay shut.
Yeah.
All right?
Game at a time. That's fine.
We got all kinds of great people checking in. Anthony on Instagram. He lives in Charleston, South Carolina. He wants to play the song. Daniel is in the Lehigh Valley. He wants to play the song. We got a lot of people. We got Sean Devaney. He wants to play the song. We got my man Timmy. He's saying it. Young Ben Franklin is saying play the song. All kinds of people are looking to play the song. And we forgot the key word, man.
No, we didn't.
Here's the key word, fate.
97.5 The Fanatics $1,000 gift card giveaway.
Fate. That's the word fate. To 45911. What a great word. Fate. F-A-T-E. Text it to 45911. 3 ways to play. Again, you can text it to 45911 or enter the keyword fate on the Fanatic app or at 97bythefanatic.com. Once again, the keyword is fate. 97 by the Fanatics $1,000 gift card giveaway presented by American Standard HVAC Contractors. To find a dealer, visit AmericanStandardAir.com. One person selected at random will win. Get complete rules for this company-wide contest at 97.5thefanatic.com. Good luck.
You know what's amazing? Last night's win makes me think right away about the Phillies playoff run.
Yeah.
You just got to steal one on the road. First one on the road.
Dude, that's it. That doesn't matter. And look at these NBA playoffs. Things happen. Like that Hawk team beat them twice. Once without DeJounte Murray.
Yep.
Right? We had, Jimmy Butler by himself beats the Bucks. I mean, these NBA playoffs are wild.
And beats them quick, man.
Right? I know.
Beat them quick. Beat them in 5.
I mean, it's completely. These things are crazy. They're wild. The whole thing's crazy.
Dude, you're setting up. Nah, no. I'm not setting anything up. I was about to start thinking down the line.
Sixers Nuggets. Yeah.
So I,
Yeah, I know.
like you said,
No, I
I'm
know.
not going sweep.
No, I
but,
know.
I can't. I don't even want to go that far.
But that was my dream final from before.
Yep. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut.
I hear you, Danny. I hear you, Danny. You're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Hey, Dan.
Dan Jones.
I don't know, dude. What's your name? Is your name Dan?
Yeah, my name's Dan.
All right. Well, you're on the air.
I am.
Yeah, you got 3
That's
seconds
shocking.
to make your point.
Here's my point. I for some reason do not understand why Embiid haters get on the air. But I'm not an Embiid hater. I don't like the fact that it took that long for him to get to where he is. You know what I mean? It just took
Danny,
a while.
What do you mean to get where he is?
Well,
as a player, you mean growing as a player?
Yeah, growing as a player. I
think that's the arc, bro.
He started playing basketball when he was 16.
But there is also a superstar arc. I mean, and all those Jordan, all those guys had an arc. So
no, I get that. I get all of that. I get even the fact that Jordan went off and played baseball, and he wasn't very good at baseball.
No, that's irrelevant. That's irrelevant. There's an arc to all really good NBA players. But go ahead.
Yeah, no, and Jordan's one of the best players on earth, right? Am I wrong on that one, or am I right on that?
I don't know, dude. What you're talking? Honestly, I'm. Guy, so what's your bottom line point?
My bottom line point is that, right now, in Sixers, in the step over moment when what you were talking about earlier, that was for me the moment I became a man. You know what I mean? I was 16 years old when I saw that happen. I was like, you know what? That's what I want to do. When someone goes down and they go down hard, I want to step right over them, and I just want to do that. You know what I mean? I didn't do that.
You
I
got
learned.
it, brother. You got it. Can you make sense of that?
No, I can't. There's other moments in my life where I became a man. It was not when Allen Iverson stepped over Teron.
Danny, maybe we got off to a different. Sometimes that happens. You never know. You get off to a weird start and it just doesn't. So no worries. We'll try again. Davey, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Davey.
What's up, Cuz? What's up, Tunis?
What's
what a
up,
great
Dave?
game last
What's
night.
going on, buddy?
Unbelievable game, brother. I loved it, man. How you guys doing, all right?
Yes.
Better that you're calling, Dave.
I was so impressed with that
Much
last
better
night.
now.
Oh, I was so impressed, man. I thought with Joel not playing, it was going to be tough, and they pulled it off, Cuz. I was very impressed. And you were totally right about the Anthony Melton. Coming up big in that second quarter was amazing. You got to keep it under double digits at halftime, and that's what they did. They kept it and gave them a chance to win in the second half.
It was amazing, too. Like the way they shot. They were getting to the rim at ease, right?
Oh, without a doubt.
So they're getting to the rim. They're getting to the rim, the whole thing, and you're going, wow. It's still within striking. Every time they were up by 6 or 7 or 8, the 6 is a mini run. That was key, man. You're so spot on, brother.
100%. Maxey coming up big in the second half, and I was getting worried when he went out with that knee, but he came right back in, and he had a great second half. Cuz I'm going back here now. Now, you remember the series against the Raptors in 18-19 when they had a 2-1 lead and they stole a game in Toronto. They got to win these 2 games at home. I think that's the key. Whatever happens tomorrow happens. You take your shot. You've got to win these 2 games this weekend at the Wells Fargo. That's going to make the series if you can win these games, without a doubt.
Yeah. Yeah, and
without a
here's the
doubt,
other thing, again, because, you're up, you have this luxury, and because we know the nature of the grind of this series, I think it's no-brainer kind of just to sit him.
I agree with you. I do agree with you on that. Because much I'd love to see him play, give him a couple more days, get him out there with the home crowd.
Yeah.
And Tunis gave me a Play the Song shirt that I got last year from him. I wore it last night when I go there. You know, I work at the Wells Fargo.
Yeah,
Center.
buddy.
I'm going to be wearing that under my uniform this weekend.
I love
We're going to do it. We're going to do it. Let's get good karma. Play the song.
Play
Tunis,
it.
I love you, guys.
There it is.
He picked us back up.
Yes, he did. Yeah, Dean Jones. I don't know.
Did you ever want to step over something?
No.
Because he said, like, that was one, you know.
Yeah, I thought he was talking about the Iverson thing, but I don't, who knows, Listen, we'll try it again. Like, I actually want to, now I really want to try it again. Like, all right, like, what were you thinking? Like, and it wasn't what he was wanting to talk about. He wanted to talk about the series and how the series isn't over. So I kept waiting for him to get to that point that the series, like, because honestly, I agree. Like, look.
Then he said, I don't like Embiid haters. I'm not a hater, but.
Yeah, I didn't. Well, whatever.
I don't like
I don't
took
need
this
to,
long to
I
get
don't need
here.
to dissect it. You know what I mean?
I kind of do, honestly.
Yeah.
I need to hit it with my pen first. By the way, NBA news.
What do we got?
Shams. The Memphis Grizzlies have informed Dylan Brooks that they will not be bringing him back under any circumstances.
Damn. Wow, you got to be kidding me.
That guy dug his own grave.
He did. He did. Guess
Remember,
what?
he blamed the fans.
Yeah,
and,
yeah,
they made me out to be something I'm not.
horrible. Yeah,
Your own team's going, dude.
You're villain Brooks. Like,
Dylan the villain,
I
bro.
mean, come on. What are you, nuts?
Hey, you take a shot at Bron. Like,
Yeah, that was stupid.
come on, man.
All right, 610-632-0975, 610-632-0975. Tim Legler will join the program coming up at 1:20.
Oh, that's exciting.
So Legs, who sussed out the whole Harden situation.
5, The Fanatic.
All right, welcome back. Hanging out here. 12:21 at the beautiful Penn Oaks Golf Club in Westchester. 12 o'clock hour is brought to you by our good friends at Service First Heating and Air Conditioning. Visit ServiceFirstHVAC.com. All right, man. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Oh, it's been
going
so
on right
much
now. I'm
fun.
enjoying it. This is what it is. Like today, we just enjoy ourselves today.
Bro, we've been talking about this series
for 3 months. You understand? How many times I look at you, stare at you, and go, "Look at me,
look at me, Jude,
look at me," and like serious, like
I know,
and like this is a big freaking
deal,
deal,
and we've been setting this series up for 3 months, and then we got the schedule, and we saw Monday, Wednesday, Friday, dude, and we're like, wait, so you like this is awesome. Tomorrow's Wednesday already.
But the other thing too is like the way yesterday was, like how good we feel today.
Oh my God.
And how giddy we feel today after yesterday. Like yesterday, I was doing the show. No, normally I'll be like, oh, hype.
Yeah, play the song, play the song, play the song.
But with Embiid's injury, with Joe being hurt, and all the talk, well, is he going to play? Is he not going to play? And all I'm doing is texting people, and they're like, dude, I don't know what to tell you. I heard yesterday, it's nuts, that this was around 3:30. No, it was later. 5, closer to about 5. That they had put his uniform up. Now that doesn't. Here's what it means. When the guy put you, like he hung
yeah.
the locker room attendant, right, hung his uniform up. If he was not going to play, if he definitely wasn't going to play, they never would have took it out.
Right.
But
so
they
there
hung
was a
up.
Chance.
They hung up the uniform. Now obviously he doesn't play.
Yeah.
And that came around. What time that came around? 6:15.
Yeah.
The word came out. So, up until that point, I'm in the knots. Like, he's going to play. And they're like, dude, I don't know. We're hoping.
Yeah,
maybe.
But then you're in the knots
maybe
afterward,
not.
too.
And then, and then the first half starts. And I don't know about you, but the first half I'm watching, and I'm just kind of watching in a half a stupor.
Yeah.
Right? Like, with no expectations.
Yeah. You're almost
Especially,
like you're proud that they're still in it, but you kind of felt
but like
they're probably going to drop this one.
As they're going to the rim with ease.
Oh, yeah.
And just lay up. And again, I go back to that second quarter that Melton kept them in the game.
Yeah.
That was so big. If they're down double digits, it's hard to come back on this team when you're down double digits and you're like that.
Yeah. I mean, this goes back, dude. I mean, I still can't believe they made that trade for Melton, right? We gave the Eel a lot of love, Daryl Morey, when that deal happened.
Yes.
And it was because Memphis just had a bunch of wing players, and they needed to move on from somebody.
Totally.
How much you think they would have had rather had Melton than Dylan Brooks at this point?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And for him to come up that big, and they just keep on hanging in there. And then, look, I was with a bunch of my buddies last night. I was with, the guys from my Sunday league, the team I used to play on. I haven't seen in a while. Obviously, parenthood changes things. And we're just like, we're hanging. We're all watching. And we're just like, hey, they're still in it. They're still in it. They're still in it. Also, it's the fourth quarter, and they're tied.
Yeah. And that's it. You hang around, and then you jump up and you stab them.
Yeah. That's exactly what they did. They stabbed them. I just can't believe, it's happening.
Yeah.
What we expected
and here's the beauty of this. Here's the beauty of the way the series is. You didn't give away a game.
Yeah.
You stole a game.
Game. They gave away a game.
Right now, that's such a big deal.
Yeah.
Now you feel great about yourself, but, that just now, all of a sudden, home court.
Well, it leads to the fact that we even were able to have the conversation of should Embiid play game 2 or not.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like, because they're up 1-0. If they're down 0-1, yo, big man, we need you out there. But the fact that you steal game 1, we can even have the conversation.
Dude, that's humongous.
Yes.
It's humongous.
What have you done for this city? That is humongous.
Humongous. Ralphie, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Ralphie.
Anthony Tunis, what's going on?
What's happening, Ralphie boy?
Having great series right now.
Yeah, dude. You got that right.
Last night was the first time I jumped off the couch in a long time when Harden hit that three.
Oh, how about it?
It's been a while. Unbelievable.
Oh, my God, dude.
And I just wanted you to know, I knew you were a little upset about the Celtics being 310 minus to win the series. They're now down. The Sixers are plus 150. So the money's shifting heavy to the Sixers right now.
Yeah, well, listen, they take one game one, then that line's going down.
I didn't,
you know
but the betting line hasn't moved. It's 9 again. So I would still love the Sixers with the 9, but I'm taking the 14 in a parlay.
Yeah,
and
yeah, listen, I think 9. I think that's again too high. I think again,
you
know what I like? I'm telling you, if Joe doesn't play, I don't think he's going to. I don't know.
Right.
I shouldn't say that. I don't know if he is or not. But if he doesn't play, I just think it's a Maxey night. See, that's the bullet that they haven't seen Maxey go off, and I think Maxey has his legs now against Boston. He's overcome, slayed that Boston Dragon, that rancid, bad breath Boston Dragon.
Right. So I had a quick story to tell you. I was on the machine, and there was a kid next to me, and he's on the phone. And I put the Sixers in, and he's screaming, "Take Harden over 30 and Maxey over 22." And I said, he's screaming it on the phone, so I put it in on my parlay, and they both went over. Like right in my ear, I said, I got to do this. I don't know who he was talking to, but he was screaming. And even with the loud TVs, I could hear it clear.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So it's like everything's going perfect right now, so I don't want to mess it up and bring up the words of Moses Malone right now.
No.
I'm going to let it ride and just play with it.
Yeah, just enjoy it. Just enjoy it, bro.
All right. It's a great series. Everybody enjoy it. Play the song,
Play the song.
All right.
You know what we should do when he's at the gym next? If he sees the kid again, just give him a fist pound. That's it.
Yeah.
But don't say anything.
No.
And the guy's going to be like, oh, this guy just ran me, give me a fist pound. That's it.
Don't speak it. Don't speak it. Don't speak it. Let's go to Derek. You're on 97.5 The Fanatic. D, what's going on, D?
What's up, fellas? How you guys doing today?
What's cracking?
Listen, you got to poll your callers today and ask how many people had the cops called on them last night while the game was playing. Because in my house, you'd have thought I was beating my wife with the profanity and the banging on counters that was going on with that game.
Can I tell you something? We got a warning text yesterday. So I was at my buddy's house, and his friends live on the floor below, and they have a 1-year-old. And there's 6 of us. And when Harden hit the 3, we're going nuts, stomping our feet. And we got hey, can you guys just, I felt bad because, look, I know it. I'm dealing with it right now. And I'm like, ooh, sorry.
I'm sorry, though, dude. I
know, but, like.
You can't go, listen, I get you got a kid.
I felt bad. I felt a little bad. I'm not going to lie.
If it's a party, it's one thing. Yeah. It's a game. Let it go. It's going to be over. Yeah. So, come on.
You got to let it ride in. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's funny because after the game, I called every one of my boys I called. We just yelled into the phone. There was no casual talking. We were just yelling into the phone. Because you know what, fellas? We're tired. As a Sixers fan base, we're tired. We're just tired of the slander and the disrespect, and we're tired of getting chumped year after year. And I didn't hear that pregame clip that you had played till the day end. You can tell these dudes watch no Sixer basketball.
None.
Because if you have watched us all year, regardless of whether JoJo played, the team as constructed can play with anyone. That's a fact. So you're making these anti-Philadelphia tropes out there, and I get it. It's a big deal to chump, to talk about Philly like that. But for you to get on TV and make those kind of statements, talking about we have 0 shot to beat the Celtics, and we all know that we were going to the series. We were worried, but you watch the Hawks with no stars except for Trae Young, a 6'1" guard, give them boys the business in 2 games. For you to sit up there and say that us with JH and the roster that we have had no shot, it was ridiculous. It was ridiculous, fellas. It was ridiculous. And I'll say this as well. My son is 22. A recent Sixers fan just got on board. He hates the Cavaliers and the Raptors. I've explained to him over the years about our era The triumvirate is the Lakers, the Knicks, and the Celtics.
Yes.
He watched that game with me yesterday. He said, Dad, I'm starting to understand. I'm starting to understand why you guys hate Boston so much. And then I'll leave you with this one last thing.
I love it. I love that. You're indoctrinating him into it.
I got you.
Yes.
And I remember when I called you for the town hall, right? I was at that game, the Flyers town hall.
Yeah, I remember
was at
that.
the last Boston game. And my bull, who was with us as a Bruins fan, is also a Celtics clown. So if we get this series, that would make my life to have Boston with the double choke this year. That's all I'm going to say, fella. Truth, play the
double
song.
Choke.
Fella.
Double. I love it.
Play the song.
Play it. Come on, Dick Midnight. Thank you, my brother.
Thanks, fella.
Appreciate it. That's for you.
Thank you, Overcity.
Probably all right.
Live lines at 17.5.
Yeah. Yo, I like the way that sounds, though, dude. A Boston double choke.
Yeah. Sounds nice.
I mean, listen, they have an historic Bruins season.
Historic.
Right?
And they just collapsed, man. And then the Celtics, when Giannis and the Bucks go down, they're thinking the same thing we're thinking.
Yeah,
Look,
all they got to do is beat the Sixers. Yeah.
But their thought is, the Sixers,
yeah,
they never beat us.
Yeah.
Whereas us, we're going, look, this is a tough series. Winnable, but tough series.
Yeah.
But you know what they're doing in Boston.
Yeah.
So yesterday, during the show, I didn't even bring it up to you because it wasn't the mood, right? But yesterday I was refreshing Twitter constantly to see if there was any sort of Embiid news. I was searching the name Embiid in Twitter just to see if I was missing something. And the amount of Boston fans that were tweeting, we want Embiid to play just so that there's no excuses because we're going to beat that. This is going to be easy without him, blah, blah, blah. I just wonder how they're all feeling today. All those Celtics fans that wanted Embiid.
Yeah.
No, we want Embiid because, today's going to be easy if he doesn't play.
Yeah. How about that, Bradley, the Boston choke party? I love it. So this is something, because I've been saying this to you about that, again, good team, but not a great team, this Celtics team.
Yeah, here's the biggest thing.
So let me just give you this. VG says it. Celtics allowing 116.3 points in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's a lot of points.
12th among
playoff
playoff
teams. A very
teams.
good defensive team.
That says something.
I think the biggest thing is it's not that people consider this Celtics team anywhere near an all-time great. The biggest issue, and still reigns true, is the Sixers' perimeter defense against a team that has a heavy profile of perimeter offense. And I think that's been the biggest thing. I remember going back months ago, we had our man T. Will called in. He was just like, dude, look, hey, we even heard from him, right? T. Will was all, what's the point? They're going to lose to Boston. They don't match up well. And I didn't disagree with them. They don't match up well with the Sixers. Or the Sixers don't match up well with Boston because of their perimeter play and the Sixers' lack of perimeter defense. But, again, it goes back to what you've been saying. It's not like they're like this lethal Celtics team.
Right.
There's
a Bird Celtics.
You make a few adjustments.
KG and those teams. Listen, I'm with you. I think T. Will. I just think when you want it so bad,
definitely.
T. Will's one of those dudes that just loves it.
He loves it,
and he wants it so bad that again, it's hard to be brokenhearted this many times.
Oh yeah.
But the beauty of it, like when. And you kept putting, and again, it's only game one. So when we're talking long term, you still got, it's a long series. So I'm putting that caveat out there. My only point to you is they counted the Bucks out the year they won it. How many times did I bring that up?
Yeah.
When the Bucks, faltered. And then what happened? Then they came in, and then they won the title.
That was the year they win it. Yeah.
So,
let the Sixers skate by under the radar. I'm for it.
Yeah, man. Let's go to Rocco. You're on 97.5 the Fanatic Rock.
Hello, Anthony.
Hello, Rock.
Hey, good afternoon, man.
What do you say, buddy?
Oh, man, I'll tell you what. because I've been listening for a long time. It's the first time I'm calling you guys. But, man, that was a sweet win last night, brother.
Yeah.
I tell you what. Oh, my goodness. Like you said, the first half, we were like treading water. They were shooting like, 70% or something from the field. I thought, oh, man, we're in trouble. But we hung tight. I got to give a good shout out to D Melt, though. Man, that was some clutch shooting in the late third quarter? Man.
That second quarter, you're so spot on. Listen, they're blowing you out. If not for Melton, right? They're up double digits on us at halftime. If not for Melton, you're spot
I'll tell you
on,
what,
buddy.
man. That kid, man. I mean, he's a nice player, Ant. I love it. And Ant, tell me, I didn't pay attention too much, but then we played a little zone defense, right?
Yes.
How'd that work out? It worked out pretty good, right?
Yeah, I mean, think about it, right? Because you knew Doc was thinking, all right, we got to, without our rim protector, you got to kind of pack it in a little bit, and it worked out. It really did. And usually it's funny because against Boston could do one thing where they could shoot the three, and it worked out that they never really got hot from three. Right?
Yeah,
like that. I thought that was a big deal. They never got cooking from three. And Doc did a great coaching. Rock, you're spot on, baby.
Oh man, I loved it. I love it, man. It's really good. I'll tell you what, you can't complain being a Philadelphia sports fan these days, man. Some exciting stuff going on. One other thing, a healthy James Harden. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, bro.
Like Barkley was saying, like he can't get by people last night. He was crossing over last night. Oh man, it was sweet.
Yes.
I loved it, man.
Yeah.
Oh, and something about that left-handed shot, man. It's so sweet.
I know,
right?
I
love it.
I know, man. I know.
It's terrific, man.
Yeah, he looked great, man. He looked
yeah,
great. He
good
really
stuff,
did, brother.
All right. All right, well.
You got to call again, Rock. You're good luck.
Yeah. You got it, buddy.
Good spirit. I like it.
All right, brother.
Thank
All right,
you,
man.
pal. See you,
All right,
brother.
later.
Take it easy. So, dude, from three, right? So they didn't go nuts. They only made 10 from three, dude. 10 for 26. And they're usually, and we talked
Harden has 7 of them.
No, I'm talking about the Celtics.
Oh, okay.
No, the Celtics usually go nuts from three.
Yes.
And they only made 10. I thought that was a big part. Now, again, they were settling for two. Listen, they had twos, and they scored 115. But they didn't go bananas from three, and that's a big deal.
Yeah, that is a big deal.
I mean, Tatum went 4 for 5. Jaylen Brown went 3 for 4, and that was really it. White goes 0 for 4.
Yeah.
Smart goes 0 for 2. Horford just 1 for 4, and Brogdon was 2 for 6.
Yeah, you're going to think some of them are going to fall, but look, I mean, if you can keep them at bay like that from three, and when Embiid does come back, look, Paul Reed, I'm not taking a shot at Paul Reed here, right? He had a great second half for them, but they attacked Paul Reed at will early on in the game.
Yeah.
And so when you bring Embiid back, and if they're not hitting their threes, and Embiid is back to being the rim protector for them at least 30 minutes a clip.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're going to have a lot of struggles trying to score.
Yeah. That's the truth. That's a big deal, man. That's a big deal. My boy, Coach Paisan, said Missoula ain't scaring nobody. He was wide-eyed on those sidelines.
So I was listening to Devon and Bob last night when I was driving into the city, and they were doing a special pregame show. And, they were talking about the X factors and pros and cons and, all these matchups. And then they got into the coaching matchup. And they're like, look, we know Devon even said it. He goes, I criticize Doc. Everybody should. Doc deserves criticism over the years in his career and here in Philadelphia. But it's not even close. That coaching matchup, it's Doc greater than Missoula.
Yes, of course.
And I don't think that's going to change this series.
No, I don't think so either. Listen, I'm completely with you.
Shots might fall.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But when it comes to the coaching matchup.
Listen, he coached a hell of a game last night.
He did.
We talk about going to the zone.
Especially down the stretch,
And
man.
again, the fact that they don't go bananas from three, is a big deal when you switch the zone like that.
Yeah.
You know. All right, couple things. One, don't forget, we got Tim Legler. We got Legs coming up at 120. He's going to be with us a lot during this playoff run, kind of breaking it all down, and he was spot on. You're going to hear it. We'll give you some bells coming up, right? We'll give you some good loving coming up when it comes to that.
Got Harper tonight.
I know. Bryce is back. All right, we got that. And we got a couple open lines. If you want to join us, first time all day, because we've been swamped. And because the next segment, where I want to just kind of ride through everybody and enjoy that, that good emotion that we're riding right now. 610-632-0975. 610-632-0975. It's Cuz Radio with the Tunis, and we are live at the incredible, I tell you, an amazing. Beautiful, pristine, immaculate golf course. Peace is ridiculous.
I told you I was going to make you one this year.
Oh.
I told Janth I was going to make you one this year, so that's why I made sure that, I was waiting for you to come. I want you to try our pizza. We're going to go to Italy, so I'm excited.
Oh, my God. Your place is amazing. This place is amazing. We love you, buddy. And thanks for hosting this incredible tournament, the Brian Dawkins incredible golf tournament, celebrity golf tournament. It's fabulous.
We're thrilled to do it.
Oh.
It's a great foundation, and it's doing a lot of good for people. So I'm glad you guys are here, too. So
Awesome.
Great.
Good.
I'll make you some more.
There he is, the man. Oh, my God. Fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. All right, Tunis, take it away while I dive into Steven's Pizza. It's awesome.
Yeah, enjoy some pizza, and you can also enjoy, how about this, the
the Sixers, Flyers, Union, and the best Eagles talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic.
Pumped up. I love this place, by the way.
Dude, it's beautiful here. Second year we're
Hen Oaks
back.
Golf Club.
It's gorgeous.
It's fabulous,
here,
man.
Just looking around, marveling at the views. Like, it's really cool here. Last year, a little colder out today. Last year, we were out at that
on the patio.
They had the fire pits.
Oh, it's Coach Camille.
Oh, in the house.
Look at my man, the coach. I love it.
He's been here since like 3.
And Ricky Bo, by the way, Tyrone, the best show ever coming up at 2. And Brian Dawkins will be a special guest.
Awesome.
On the stuff. Listen, I got to tell you, I just winning the first game, I feel like I'm on cloud 9. Because the one thing I could not take and I could not deal with, I couldn't deal with it, is if Boston boat raced in 5.
Yeah, and if they
I couldn't deal with it. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I mean that would have killed me.
Dude, I couldn't have handled last night if they got boat race because you go Embiid soft, didn't play, and then you have the James Harden, get him out of here, blah, blah, and we would just be freaking out today.
Yeah. I mean, I got to tell you, honestly, you hear me, and you probably hear the giddiness in my voice, and it's strictly in that it's like a series. You know, it's kind of what I thought. Like I knew they could play with them. I felt like this year was different. And again, I'm not saying that it's over. They're going to win. I'm just saying they're not getting boat raced.
Yeah.
And in fact, because getting boat raced and losing like the bubble year or I can't deal with that, man.
Yeah, no,
I can't.
not again.
Seriously,
not again.
No way. So I'm just I'm giddy about it. All right, let's get to our friends. Everybody's hanging. Sam is in Bluebell. Sammy, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Sam.
Kind of bring the last 5 days or so back together. So if the Sixers win the championship, who's the best GM in town?
Well, I mean, listen, Howie's. It's hard. It's probably harder to be a GM in football, right? Because all the moving parts, a lot more players, and the cap. Now, the Eel will have done a great job, right? Because he'll have gotten Harden and Melton, and he's done an amazing job. And, of course, you look at the Phillies, and the Phillies are doing really well, too. So Dombrowski gets some love. So, I don't know. Flip a coin.
So my thing with one game, but it looks like he built a team for the playoffs, and he built a team. I mean, we won last night without Joel, but he built a team around Joel in a league that doesn't value centers, in a league that's built around wings. And if we can win, if Joel comes back and we win a championship, I don't know, man. I mean, I don't know the answer either, but I think it's an interesting question.
Yeah, and here's what I say to that, because you make a compelling case, and I go, yeah, the Eel, let them all be co-GMs and get us to Broad Street, man. I mean, that's kind of what it's about, right? But to your point about the Eel, yeah, I mean, look, he moves Simmons, and you knew that was dead. You get a chance, and he was right about taking as many shots at the chip as possible. And I love the Melton thing. That to me was a great signing, and he paid dividends last night. So you're right on.
I mean,
man.
Melton and PJ. I mean, come on. Like, you want to talk about a guy who's built for the playoffs?
Punch you the junk, PJ.
Yeah.
Punch junk, PJ. That's what it stands for, baby. And listen, he's annoying, right? He's that kind of guy you hate playing against. And you saw what he had with Tatum, yeah.
It's like, remember Major League 2 where they had, was it Parkman? And the thing was when he was on the Indians, it was like he's doing that shimmy. It drives the women in Cleveland crazy. And then when he goes to the other team, it makes the women in Cleveland want to puke against it.
Yes. Oh, you're so right. You're so right, brother. Sandy, great call, brother. Enjoy this.
Dude, listen, at the end of the day, like, we get to have this discussion where we have three good GMs, so hey, it's a good time to be a Philly fan, right, brother?
You got that right, baby. You got that right. Enjoy every second of it. Don't be a stranger.
Thank you, my friend. Take care of yourself.
You too, pal. You too. You know, it is. I mean, and we say, hey, it's a good time. It is a good time.
It's awesome.
It is a good time. I mean, you got a great. Listen, you got a great football team that just aced the draft. You got a baseball team that's legit of all, and
World Series.
And Bryce is coming back tonight. And guess what? And listen, like they took 2 or 3 from Houston.
That was huge
on the road. All right,
you're back at 500. You're about to get your MVP back. You've stayed afloat without your MVP and without Reese Hoskins, right? Which is a big loss still.
Listen, you know. I mean, you're playing the Astros and the Dodgers. You come back 500. That's a win-win.
Yep.
And by the way, I think they win tonight with this Stromboli on the mound.
I would like that. That'd be nice. Coming off of a 13-4 loss. Yeah, that'd be nice.
Urias, who has he's got great
Phil's
stuff.
got to him last year.
He's got great stuff. But listen, his ERA is 4.5. Yeah. You know, he's not going deep in the game.
Yeah, guys are still adjusting to the pitch clock.
They are. So now's the time to kind of get him. Let's keep it going. Talk to our buddies. Mike, this is great. Mike is in Massachusetts. Mike, what's going on up there?
Cuz Tunis, are you kidding me? It is beautiful up here for me, not for everybody else. Hold on. You just took the words out of my mouth. Let's recap the last couple days we've all had. Eagles, A-plus draft. Bills take 2 out of 3 from Houston. Sixers beat the Celtics and give us back-to-back Boston choke jobs. And we have Bryce coming back tonight. It is beautiful. And it's all crickets from these creepo fans up here. Listen,
Boston crickets.
Tunis mentioned it earlier about P.J. Tucker, right? Let's not look at his box score, but let's look at everything else he does. I'll tell you what, when he gave Tatum that little love tap and Tatum went down crying and Kevin Harlan says Tatum is in pain. Listen, everybody up here loves Tatum, but what they all understand about him is that he's soft, and they all call him Mr. Cool because this guy can hit threes from the logo, but he don't want it in the paint. So as soon as he came in the paint and P.J. Tucker met him there, he didn't want it anymore. And that's how soft this team is. The Celtics have lost. Now they've lost 2 home games as double-digit favorites.
Yeah.
This team is soft.
Yeah.
And also,
and the coach had doe eyes all night last night. Big doe eyes by Missoula.
Couldn't do it. You know what I do? I don't play Joel game 3 because imagine if we can pull out game 2. If we can pull out game 2 and we go home and then the big fella can play, the Celtics come into Philly down 0-2 and now Embiid's back. I think
I got to tell you, I think you're right on, and I like Maxey. I think Maxey is it. Maxey goes off in game 2.
Yeah, I completely agree. Did you see the footage maybe Tunis did after the game on the court? The Sixers are kind of congregating, celebrating, and Harden is telling them to
Back
get
to
out,
the locker
go to the
room.
locker room. Yes. I love it. I absolutely love it. I was watching with one eye last night. My 8-year-old son, he's into it, and he's like, he said, this isn't going to be a big deal, his words. Harden's going to give him an ankle breaker step back 3, no problem. I woke him up this morning. I'm like, dude, you're not going to believe what happened. Guys, great time right now. Great
is, brother. I hear it in your voice. I love it.
These people are creepos. I am so happy today.
Listen, you're repping great up there. Morbid, Massachusetts. I love it.
Morbid, Mass. I love it.
That's where you live. In Morbid, Mass. You love
Morbid,
it.
Mass. Listen, I'll be calling back when we win the series.
Please do, my brother. Please do. How about that? Live from Morbid, Mass.
I love that. It's just quiet. Dude,
and they're talking that Tatum soft. You can hear that.
Yeah.
Boston is soft.
Yeah. Marcus Smart. I was with a Celtics fan last night.
What do you mean?
So I saw my buddies that I haven't seen in a while. And, we got together.
One of your buddies is a Celtic fan?
No.
What?
He brought his girlfriend.
Wait a second. Time out.
Yeah.
So you're all getting together.
Yeah, there was 6 dudes there.
And he brought his girl to the watch party?
Yeah, that's
who,
fine.
who, by the way, is a Celtic fan?
She's Celtic.
If she's a big-time Sixer fan,
yeah, no,
feel free.
And she was
What, she's a Celtic fan?
And a big-time Celtics fan from Boston.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Yeah. And so, like, you know.
No way.
I love Marcus Smart. Like, you know, that kind of stuff.
Oh, my God.
And
he's a Celtic fan?
Yeah, and I don't think she was ready to see how into it we were. And, like, it took a lot of power. I didn't know her. It was the first time I met her. It took a lot of power for me to not, like, get in her face, you know.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I could not watch a game with a Celtic fan, honestly. Not this series.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
You know,
honestly, I really have no interest in doing it.
She seemed harmless at first, and then when the Celtics got to the lead, she started chirping a little bit.
Oh, dude, throw her in the bags there.
Yeah, no, she belongs.
I would have been like, get the hell out. Get this. Go, get your girl, get out.
She belongs. But
Seriously.
we're good.
I would have told your friend.
Yes.
I would have said, you
No, dude.
and your girlfriend beat it.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
No, I was.
First of all,
I was
it's a
disappointed.
violation bringing your girl who's a Celtic fan to a Sixers watch party.
Yeah, it had she's a basketball fan, right? So like,
Doesn't matter.
It's not like
she's a Celtic fan.
It's not like she was bothering anyone, other than being the Celtics fan.
Nah.
You know,
nah.
it was too much,
She's
man.
a Celtic fan.
But
Get
it
her
was
out.
a lot of fun when the Sixers won, man.
Yeah, get her out.
Because then she was silent.
Yeah, get her out. Get her out. Let's go to Danny, who's in Connecticut. I love it. Danny, what's up, my brother?
What's up, bud? From morbid Mass to catatonic Connecticut. Let me tell you a little bit about my. Let me tell you a little bit about my day yesterday. So, and I'm the guy. I'm not like the okay guy, but I just it's a curse that I have. Is I'm the guy that goes, you know, I look at the series intellectually and I just go, yeah, they don't match up well. Boston's got our number. I heard Bob say that yesterday. Boston just has our number, and Embiid's now not playing. Yeah, I could see this ending in 5 or 6 with the Celtics. But I said, listen, I got a 14-year-old son who is just like me. I got a 12-year-old son who's more positive, and then I got a 9-year-old girl, and they're all into it. So I said, I got to change it. I got to change up the mojo a little bit. So what did I do? You'll appreciate this. I took a drive about an hour and a half. Didn't want to drive all the way down to Philly for this, but I drove as close as I could for the closest possible Primo Hoagie and Philly Pretzel Factory. I said, I'm going to get a tray of the knots. I'm going to get a tray of sandwiches.
That's awesome.
And I'm going to bring it for because every time we come down to Philly, as you know, I have a big family. I come down and visit all the time. My kids love to go to 2 places. They love Primo's and they love the Philly Pretzel Factory. So I said, I'm going to surprise them. So I go to Mahwah, New Jersey, which is basically North Jersey. I mean, Bergen County, I think. And I grabbed a Primo tray, and then I went to Clifton, New Jersey, and grabbed the Soft Pretzel Factory. Came home, surprised the kids, and the mojo was completely flipped. And then the Sixers did what they did last night, man. So it was awesome. My kids were loving it.
Dude, you got to do me a favor. If you do that again, snap a photo and send that to me on Instagram, all right?
I will.
I got to share that with my boys, my Eric and Nikki from Primo.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'll do that. And then the other thing, the reason why I said Connecticut, I'm in New York country as well.
Many times. Yeah.
Yeah. So the Rangers going down last night. Yes. Oh my God. I'm telling you, my kids, all their friends are Ranger fans or Boston fans, and oh man, to see them. Now, granted, it's the Devils, and we have our own history with the Devils, but I'll take the Devils over the Rangers any day, man. So it was a great day for my kids, myself, and especially when Harden hits that 3. And then
I love the fact that you wanted to change, that you wanted to make an event. Like, here's the thing, and this is why I feel like the older I get, the more I feel like I want to enjoy. I just want to enjoy the moment, right? And know intellectually that we knew they didn't match up and the whole thing. We know what's been going on the last 2 years with that team. But you know what? Enjoying this thing. And I said earlier about sports building churches and about the good vibes and good feelings. And you get a game like last night, right?
Yeah,
and
man.
that's your gift.
And the one thing I'll say, I know I'm up against it, but I would always say I love watching it through the eyes of my kids now. And then all these guys up here that are Ranger fans are all like, they're all good guys. They're all guys I end up hanging out with, and the Boston fans they are. But the bottom line is I tell them all the time, I say, guys, you just don't get it, man. It means more to us. It means more to me than it does to you guys being from Philadelphia. And a lot of those guys went to college down in Delaware, and they know a bunch of Philly guys. And they say, even though they're big fans themselves, they go, yeah, dude, my buddies I went to college with are just like you. It does mean more to you guys. And it does. That's just the way it is.
Yeah, it does. It matters. We always say it matters here. It matters here like nothing else. Oh, Danny.
Yep.
Yeah, I love it. You're the best, buddy. I always love.
Awesome, brother.
I love your
All right,
story too, man. Good dad. Good
Go
dad
Sixers,
stuff.
man.
See you, pal.
You got it.
That's the way to do it, man. Listen, and that's the truth. You're going into it, especially you got the kids. And
oh yeah.
Make it an event.
Hey, he did that with the World Series. Well, he did that with the whole playoff run with the Phils. With
Yeah.
the kids. It's awesome. Now, we got legs coming up.
Yeah.
So I need to ask you this question now before we get to legs. Steve sends in an email.
Okay.
Anthony, I had prior engagements last night and had previously purchased tickets for a Coheed and Cambria rock concert. Have you heard of them? I've never heard of them.
No.
Punk hardcore rock, it looks like.
Okay.
My lady and I were updating Google, checking the score every 2 minutes, and when the time ran out, we started jumping around, yelling, and celebrating at the concert. That's cool, I guess. I'm confessing my sins of missing the best Sixers playoff win since the AI era. How many Hail Marys and Our Father should I say?
Damn.
I need to know, is this his favorite band?
See, here's the thing. Again, it could be, that's him and his girl. They share that. So I'm not, it's Sixers Celtics though, and I know he was probably, on his phone and just.
Yeah, he said every 2 minutes he was checking.
And I appreciate that. That's why I go, you know what? And right now, especially when I'm forgiving, I'm in the forgiving mood. I almost say, just just forget it and come back in tomorrow. Now, I will say this, though. He did risk something. If he watches, start to finish, and it's no good.
Oh, he might need to not watch.
That's an Uncle Frank
Uncle
piece.
Frank, by the way, Uncle Frank, he's good to go. He was not watching from the
cage?
From the cage, so he's good to go.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Good for Uncle Frank. He deserves it, man.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. All right. 610-632-0975. 610-632-0975 is how you do it. Coming up, legs, and then your calls, too, because it's a big, long segment. Good 30 minutes of hanging out. So we'll talk to legs for part of it, and we'll talk to you guys for part of it. And then we'll go over to the best show ever. We get live at the Brian Dawkins Celebrity Golf Tournament right here, Penn Oaks Golf Club, which is a dream. I want that pizza oven for my backyard. My God. right, welcome back. It's Cuz Radio with the Tunis, and it's the Brian Dawkins Celebrity Golf Tournament. What an incredible time we're having. Just talking about last night's game is just a blast. Just talking about it. Where are we at with the play the song, Tunis?
We hit the over.
Yeah?
Yeah, we flew past it, like, I think 2 segments ago.
You really?
Yeah, so it's it's over. We just keep updating the live line. It's at 21.5 now.
I love it, man. It'll, just like you said, the live line going up. All right, so here's the thing. Yesterday, it was amazing breakdown by our favorite basketball guest.
Oh, yeah.
All right, the preeminent voice in all of the NBA, all right? Our buddy Tim Legler broke this game down every which way and to the point. And, Matt, I want you to play it for him, all right? This is his own words. I asked him the question, can James Harden go back? Is he capable right now of carrying the Sixers without Embiid and going off for 40, whatever? And this was Tim Legler yesterday, hours before tip-off.
But I will say this. I do think going up there, if Embiid's not playing, okay, Harden now knows there's a lot of pressure off of him, honestly, because now nobody is expecting them to win the game, right? Nobody. So now let's just say he's not playing. Harden actually, I think, can operate pretty well then as knowing I am the focal point of this offense. I don't have to – I'm going to play similarly to how I played in Houston. Now, is he quite as quick with his burst when he goes by someone and leave them in the rearview mirror, separate? No, not quite. And you saw that in the Brooklyn series. Like, he missed a lot of stuff in the paint when the defender was kind of still in proximity. Like in Houston, that guy was done. Like, you're gone. After I do the crossover 3-4 times, and boom, I explode by you. Yeah, he's lost a little of that, but he's still got enough to go in there and have, a 16 free throw game. Hit 4 or 5 shots in the paint and also hit 3-4 step back threes. And you add it all up, and he's got a 30-point game in him. Does he still have the capability of doing that? I do think that he does, and I do think if Embiid doesn't play, I think he's going to be a little bit more relaxed. Look, this is us against the world. Nobody thinks we can pull this off. I'm very comfortable now. This is about me tonight and going and doing it. I do think he's got it in him.
Here it is. These are the words of one Tim Legler on the Comcast Business Hotline. Legs, you called it.
What's up, man?
You called
listen,
it.
I just thought it was shaping up, and I as you can see, I hit on it a couple of times in that. I just thought that component of some of the pressure that Harden's faced throughout his career, and I think there are times maybe he's overthinking at certain times in his career in big spots. There was no thinking last night. It was go in there, and there's one way we can win this game. I've got to play a certain style. Now, look, that doesn't necessarily mean the ball's going to go in because you might not have a good shooting night or whatever. I just knew that he was going to have that mindset, and he obviously had it right from the beginning of the game. And if that's the case, he's still capable. And I thought Boston, a lot of things they were doing defensively helped him get even more comfortable. And once you let a guy like that find that kind of rhythm, he is so talented with the ball and his range and his strength. Now you've got a serious problem on your hands. And Boston was willing to allow him to play that way, and let's see what he's got tonight. And he showed pretty early he had a lot of stuff working, and he was in a very calm state of mind. And I think that is what separated him last night from some other times in the past when maybe he didn't come up big in a big spot.
Yeah, it's so true, man, because we had talked about this before about, Harden and playoffs and, the whole lumper thing that people talked about him. And you're so spot on, brother. You are. He just looked relaxed. He looked like he felt good.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. And sometimes James is, he'll miss a couple of those little short shots, or he won't finish at the rim on a couple drives like early in the game. And it definitely kind of changes his aggressiveness.
He didn't have that last night. He just looked like in total control. Now, if he comes in there and the Celtics are like, look, there's no way we're letting this happen tonight, so he's going to get blitzed on every ball screen. We're going to force him to give it up. We'll see what he would have done then and how the Sixers would have reacted to that. He came out and was like, okay, let's see how they're playing me tonight. Let's get some ball screens. Let me see if I can get Al Horford anytime I want to, which he did, and if the Celtics are willing to do it. He didn't hit me in a lot of resistance when he turned the corner on a couple of drives early. He's thinking to himself, okay, is this how they're going to play me? Well, then I'm going to just, continue to get more and more comfortable. And so that was the feeling out part in the beginning of the game. But once he got rolling, guy on this level, I mean, he's a guy who led the league in scoring how many times? You get a guy on this level, I don't care what stage of your career, you find that rhythm, you get a little lather going, and you're not really stressing, man, then you're capable of doing great things. And it's an epic night for him. Give him all the credit in the world to be able to go in there and practically single-handedly win that game offensively.
I got so much to talk to you about this game because it was just fascinating, right? So first half, obviously, the Sixers don't have a rim protector, right? You're without Embiid. And so, Boston's just attacking the rim all day long, just right to the rim, right to the rim. But it was amazing because here you turn around and the Sixers are within striking distance. They got no margin. Despite shooting 88%, they could get no margin. And Melton was a big key there. But also, it's not like they clamped down on defense, Legs.
No, you're right. At the beginning of the game, if you go back and look at the first quarter, I mean, I don't know that you can have more easy baskets than the Celtics got in the first quarter of the game. And it was all at the rim. And it was like back cuts. And it was transition stuff. It was ball screen turning the corners, offensive glass. And you're just going, wow, man, they're just nowhere near big enough or physical enough without a beat to keep them from just gutting them in the paint. They had a ridiculous number of points in the paint at halftime. And then it just changed. They changed. I thought that they treated the game casually, very similar to what they did in the last series against Atlanta in Game 5, where they had a chance to close out a team that's 500 team on the season, and they didn't have DeJounte Murray, and you can't win that game. That's like a telltale sign that there's something there that's not constant in their locker room to keep them in a state of readiness, because it felt that way again last night. I didn't feel like I was watching a playoff game. I don't know if you felt that way.
No.
Because you were probably hanging on the edge of your seat like the Sixers Game 1. Like you're
right.
So your adrenaline inside your own body and everybody in the city, like it's different because that's your team. Like you're living and dying. You're not going to sleep if they lose this game. So it felt like that's you. As someone like me that's just, I have to watch this with a certain state of mind where I'm just totally objective about what's about to happen. That didn't feel like a playoff game to me. That felt like a regular season game, and it felt like the Celtics were kind of in a mindset almost like it was a regular season game against the Pistons. Like this is the one team I think that probably is closest to a rival if the Philly has one. It's them. You are now in the second round. They don't have Embiid. Where is the voices in that locker room getting them to a state of readiness? I didn't feel it out of them. The building was quiet. They had like one surge in the second half where it got a little bit loud, but it was nothing like you see at the Garden. It was nothing like you saw last night in Denver, where it's like maniacal. It wasn't like that last night in Boston. So it just felt like the Sixers, after that first quarter, and they realized, hey, we can still touch these guys. They haven't gotten away from us. They started to totally settle in. And from that point on, man, it was just about controlling the flow. And then look, you had to get timely contributions. I mean, Maxey was very, very good. Tobias Harris made a couple big shots. I thought Paul Reed did some nice things, particularly defensively when they needed him to. So you got contributions, but this was really about James Harden and about them sensing that the Celtics do not have the right state of mind, and we can get this game.
And you wonder, you go, and you make a great point about, the mindset and what it looked like. And I guess, when you look, there was no – defense has been – it didn't feel like there was a lot of contesting, especially from them. And look, they're giving up to 116 a game, Legs. That's a big number.
It is a big number, and it defies logic because it's particularly – look, this is a perimeter-oriented league, and as long as you have at least some rim protection, which they do, whether it's Horford kind of taking charges or it's Robert Williams above the rim, you got a last line of defense, and they've got 5 different guys that they play on the perimeter that are all really good defensive players individually. And they don't dictate anything to you anymore. Like last year, they swarmed. I could have gone last year, taken almost any Celtics game I watched from this set, from this side of the floor. We're not letting you reverse the ball right here because we're going to deny it. We're not letting you enter the ball to the post if you want to because we're going to front it. They used to do that stuff last year. They're not doing it anymore. So is that the Ime Udoka effect? Is that Mazzulla? Like he doesn't have a strong enough voice for this group? Maybe, because they were very, very good in the regular season. But, man, over the last couple of months, they look very vulnerable, and they certainly have looked very vulnerable in the playoffs to this point.
Yeah, and you know what's interesting is, like, I'm looking at, the Sixers are just running ball screens, right? And they're getting the matchups that they want.
Every trip. I thought I saw last night there was a number, like they targeted Horford or something like that 43 times in ball screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just go pick who you want to play against, and that's how you're allowed to operate. I mean,
that was stunning to me. Of all the things, like, listen, I thought Doc coached a great game, but like that kind of if you're them, you got to take that away. Like, what do you like? How could you possibly do that?
It's one of the things I've probably railed about in the last 10 years, and as much as any topic, the number of teams that switch everything, and they put themselves consistently in very disadvantageous positions for no reason.
Yeah.
Like if a ball screen is set 35 feet from the basket and it's a casual – because Harden does this all the time. He did it in Houston all the time. He's got no intention of, like, using the screen. He just calls the guy over very casually. He hasn't even put it in second gear yet, and then he'll just casually dribble off the screen because he knows they're going to switch it. So he can literally come up the floor and hand-pick who he wants to play against.
Yes.
And so what logic is that? And the reason they do it is because it's player-friendly. It's easier to switch.
Right.
Physically,
Instead of
it's
through
easier.
it. Yeah.
I mean, not only for the guy on the ball fighting over the pick, it's also a lot of work for the defender of the screen to jump out, hedge, slide with the guy, then sprint back to the paint like Joakim Noah used to do in Chicago. Like he was the best I ever saw at it. He'd hedge, and then he'd dead sprint to the lane. Like, that's a lot of work. And somewhere along the line, coaches stopped asking players to work.
Right.
And they just accepted, like, this is how you guys want to play. That's cool. We'll just switch everything. Great. And now you have elite-level players picking who they want to go against. It's crazy to me.
It is. I don't get it. I honestly – and I'm just watching that game, like, dumbfounded. Like, they're allowing this? And it's like every possession – they allowed that thing to happen. And I'm going, is that Mazzulla? What is that? And then
you know what's interesting? Did you catch this last night, by the way? It was weird. It was called on a replay. And I couldn't even believe it. My eyes almost popped out of my head. Marcus Smart, because they had him mic'd up.
Yeah.
And there was a segment, so you come out of commercial, and then they show, hey, we got Marcus Smart mic'd up. And they show you several sound bites from him to that point in the game. Did you see just this sequence when he jumped up off the bench and basically ran past Mazzulla to go put himself in because somebody picked up a foul?
Yes.
Right,
That was unbelievable. Yeah.
Mazzulla just kind of like let him do it. Like, yeah go ahead. And then he went on the court, and what did he do? He barked out to every single person who they're guarding.
Yeah.
So, and look, don't get me wrong. The guy's a defensive player of the year, and that's important to have that kind of communication. I get it. Maybe he's like the quarterback for them defensively.
Yeah.
But it just kind of struck me.
It seemed odd. I agree. Yeah.
They got that level of comfort that you're going to go check yourself in the game. So I think there's something with Mazzulla. Look, he's a very bright guy. He doesn't say much, like, when he's asked pointed questions, he's very short with that. But I know he's very bright. He's very well liked, very well respected. And he did a very good job taking over a very difficult situation with Udoka being out, like, right before the season. That's a tough spot to be put in. He's handled it pretty well. But you don't know until you get into these moments. Right now, you're in boiling water, man. You got to figure things out. We need to know what to run here. This is the game's on the line. Their two sets they ran at the end of the game last night were an embarrassment, what they're trying to get to. So there's a factor.
Those sets were amazing because neither Tatum nor Brown touched the ball. Like,
well, listen, the two plays that stand out that really get him in. One, the turnover by Brogdon for the Maxey, right? The break.
Horrible. Yeah.
Here's what happened. I'm going to tell you right now what happened on that. Brogdon turns the corner. He's going downhill. Maxey, for whatever reason, never left the top of the key, even though everybody on Boston's team was like below basically the foul line practically. So out of the corner of your eye, you're saying there's not supposed to be a defensive player up there, is what I'm saying, because there's nobody he's guarding at that point.
Right. The fact that he's not a great defensive player worked out in the Sixers' favor.
No, that's 100% right. Like I say this sometimes about Luka Doncic, like he'll throw a ball off a defender's face, and I say the only reason I hit him in the face is because he wasn't supposed to be there. If he had done the right thing, that's an assist, right? So that's why that happened. Now the second one, you come out of the timeout and you go to Smart on a direct feed, and then he went immediately like 100 miles an hour. So I don't know if there was additional action. We'll never know that. But I've looked at the play 15 times, and I'm saying that if there was additional action, I have no idea what was coming on the weak side of the floor, but it definitely didn't involve Tatum or Brown. So how in the world do you run action out of a timeout that does not involve Jason Tatum?
I just don't get it. I don't get it.
I mean, there's just no way that happens, and that's Missoula.
Yeah.
That's him,
Yeah.
or whoever he listens to as his offensive coordinator. One of those two, whoever's on his set, somebody's responsible for that set.
That's right.
That was an abomination in that situation. So, look, man, you get panicky. The pressure's setting in. It's like there's a lot of chatter. It's a very tough sports town, Boston, just like Philly. So there's no telling what's going through his mind right now. But there were some critical errors down the stretch, and all I can say is Philly took advantage of every one of them, and give them credit.
And look, you got to be in a position, right? Like, so, the whole thing is you got to make it a 48-minute game, and you got to be in position to do that, to do what happened.
That's it.
Where it's like, listen, it's about who executes the last 3-4 minutes. And the amazing thing, I go back to the first half, is, I think Doc told Paul Reed, look, you can't get silly fouls. I need you to play. I need you back there. And so he played pretty passively. The game also looked like it was moving real fast for him in the first half. And then he got his sea legs, I thought, later in the second half.
Yeah, he helped him. And, man, my goodness, man. You talk about knocking down some pressure free throws, too.
Yeah.
Like, that was impressive. I mean, the guy's, like, I think 74 or something on the year, but doesn't shoot many. Like, that's a tough situation to find yourself in. Like, we really need these free throws to win the game.
Yeah.
Even on the last play last night, he blew up that play by leaving Horford completely and running to the front of the rim, and that's where I think Smart wanted to shoot that. And at the last second, there's Paul Reed right in front of him, and now he tries to throw this ridiculous drop-off pass to Tatum with 2 feet of spacing, and it's a turnover. But Reed is the guy that blew that up. He gave them no other option, and their spacing was so poor on the part of the Celtics that there was no counter to whatever it is they were trying to accomplish. So, like I said, they got nice, timely contributions from other people. Melton was great in the first half. So
yeah, he kept you in the game. Like, because, look, like I do, if they're up by double digits at halftime, it's going to be hard coming back on that team.
There's no question. Listen, like you said, they're down 7 at the end of the first quarter, okay? They could have been down 15. And now it's a different game. It's just like the Curry 50-point game. Like, we're focusing on a lot of stuff that came later. And I did a breakdown the other day. I said, wait a second, let me show you 4 shots he made in the first quarter, any one of which doesn't go in. They might be down 10 early. Now it's a totally different complexion. So some of the stuff that happens earlier in the game that keeps you within striking distance, it's almost like golf in a way. Like, you talk to any pro golfer, they're going to say the shots they remember are the critical chips that they were able to save par.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
sometimes that's all you got to do, man.
Yeah.
And then you get a birdie at some point when you really need it, like down the back nine. That's what they did early in that game, man. They were just like making pars or saving bogeys.
Yes.
And now it's like, okay, damn, we're actually still in this. Now James Harden is going to hit you with some eagles and some birdies. Like, that's basically what happened.
That's a great spot-on analogy. And I was thinking of you, too, last night because, you correctly point out that, where Boston can go bananas from 3. Like, that's their game, right? And so Doc has to do this at times. Without Embiid, he's got to go zone, and they were able to keep Boston from going nuts beyond the arc, and that was a big deal.
Definitely.
Derek White didn't hit any shots. They weren't able to do that.
Remember what I said to you also, like when looking at the two teams, I thought that a big differentiating factor was Brogdon and White. So I'm like, they got 2 other guys, man, that are really big time guards that like can make plays for people, make plays for themselves. didn't really play out that way in that game, and the three-point shooting was negated. They admitted it after the game. It kind of screwed them up. They didn't necessarily see that coming. But here's the thing. You lay it all out, and at the end of the day, at some point, I was waiting for the Celtics to come out of a timeout and literally act like this was Game 7. That's how important it was to win a game without Joel Embiid. Because this is the only game they're guaranteed he won't play. Now, I don't know what they're saying about him now for Game 2, and maybe this buys him more time, and they don't even think about playing him. I don't know what's going to happen. But they knew for a fact there's only one game we're guaranteed not to see him, and that's this one. So if you can't win that game, you are in trouble. And I was waiting for them to look each other in the eye and realize the magnitude of the trouble they're going to be in if they lose this game. And they just never found that gear. Yeah. And the Sixers answered every single time. They had a mini run. They had an answer for it. And so it's just a very proud day to be a Sixers fan. And James Harden, man, I've been critical of him over the course of his career when he has disappeared in big spots, and it has happened. It's not like I'm making it up. I'm going to send that guy all the flowers in the world today, man, because that was spectacular last night. There's no other word for it.
See, this is why I love you. We're talking to the great Tim Legler, the preeminent NBA analyst, on ABC and ESPN, and this is why I love you, because there's no agenda with you. I said this earlier about you. Tunis, didn't I say it earlier about
Yes, he did.
All right. I said this about you. And not only are you incredible in breaking it down, you got a mind in the whole thing. So forget it. Not because, you're a dear friend, but seriously, you respect the game. And your opinions are based off of basketball. There's no hot takes. There's no agenda. You're critical of a player, and then when the player shines, you send him flowers. And there was a reason why you were critical of Harden before, and there's a reason why you're sending him flowers now. Because ultimately, you serve basketball. Ultimately, your agenda is only about what's best for the game. And that's why I think you're a great analyst.
I really appreciate those words, and that's always been my approach. It's never going to be personal, and I'm never going to fall on some grenade over and over just because I want to be right, or because I'm at the point where I'm creating a spectacle and I like the spectacle, so I'm going to keep going down that road. And we both know what I'm talking about. Yes. There's a lot of people in this industry that do that on a daily basis. No, I just analyze what I see, and the times I've been critical of him. And I think that's why I don't think players get that upset when they hear some of the things that I say, because they know I'm being honest and fair. And I did it, and I'm being fair to you. And when you answer the bell, I'm the first guy that's going to indicate that. And that guy deserves a hell of a lot of credit, because what he has faced in the playoffs and some of the criticisms he has faced, to find himself in that situation last night, and like I said, the pressure was alleviated with Embiid not playing, but so what? It's still about James Harden. And to come out and have one of those games when he had to have it just to give you a chance, and then hit the game winner to boot, I can't say enough about what I watched last night. I was just so incredibly impressed with his demeanor the entire game. He had certainty in his eyes, and sometimes he's got questions in his eyes in those moments. And last night he had nothing but certainty of how this is about to go. And I have a lot of respect for guys that can perform like that under that kind of pressure.
All right, so let me ask you, Embiid. Now, again, without knowing the medical and without knowing some of the details, just on face value, do you give him another day just to, make sure? Because, also the series picks up momentum, right? Every other day now. So that's another grind on the knee. So knowing that you won game one, do you go, all right, let me get you ready to rock and roll Friday night before the home crowd?
Yeah, if it's me, I definitely do. I said it on the air this morning, and I'm not speaking for them.
Yeah.
I'm speaking for myself, how I would approach it. I said James Harden and the Boston Celtics made up Doc Rivers' mind, made up Joel Embiid's mind for him. He doesn't have to think about it anymore. Like, that's what they gave him the luxury of by winning that game. Now, I think you take it off the table because, man, what he's dealing with, whatever that is, I mean, there had to be inflammation and swelling. There's got to be a little bit of pain. It's still probably fairly tender. Think about what additional time can do for him.
Yeah.
And at worst case, you come home 1-1, which is all you could ever ask playing the Boston Celtics and being on the road to start. That's all you want. Just give me a 1-1 coming home, and Embiid feeling that much better, whatever percentage that is by, even if it's 5% better, 10% better, it gives you a much better chance of getting 2 games at home.
And here's the other thing, too. The game going into tomorrow night, there's a guy that I think is ready to take over a game, and he got past the Boston stuff last night. And I thought he was close to igniting and going off, and that's Maxey. And I could see Maxey, no Embiid. I could see Maxey's turn where he drops 38 tomorrow night and pushes the Celtics.
Well, he's definitely capable because what's going to happen, imagine if Embiid doesn't play. Can you imagine now, based on what just happened and the pressure that Joe Mazzulla's under, what the overreaction is going to be to James Harden in Game 2?
Yes.
And that is going to create a ton of situations where he drags 2 guys, swings it, the ball gets reversed, and now you got Tyrese Maxey catching the ball on a closeout defender when he's basically unguardable because he can shoot the 3 or he can blow by people. So the game plan going in was a guy looked like to play Harden fairly straight up. Well, you see how that worked out, and now you're going to get an overreaction because of the hot seat that Mazzulla's sitting in, and that means Maxey's going to have a lot of opportunities in Game 2. So you're 100% right, and he's obviously more than capable of having those kind of numbers.
And I thought he played.
Sorry, it's getting a little loud, brother. I'm actually in the streets of New York City right now.
I love it. That's the greatest. Oh, you kidding me? But I loved, last night, he showed, that he played a terrific game. I thought it was his best game against the Celtics in the last 7, over the last 2 years. We talked about him. And so I think that sets a tone for him personally going into that game tomorrow night.
I feel like that's a great point. I feel like one of the toughest things for a young player to avoid in a situation when, the numbers are out there. Oh, Matt against the Celtics, Maxey against the Celtics, this is what it looks like. He's hearing that. The chatter's out there. One of the hardest things to avoid is to press in. I'm going to make this happen. And when you start thinking that way, you squeeze the ball too tight, you're getting yourself in weird situations. You're not playing, seeing the floor. I thought his whole pace of what he was doing last night was phenomenal. He didn't get sped up because of the point that you're making right now. He just still stayed within himself, took his spots, and made the most of it. And I thought that was a very smart way to approach the game rather than going up there saying, oh, no Embiid, I know what I've done nothing against Celtics in the past. Well, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to make it happen. Because you start thinking that way, it can snowball in the other direction.
I got to tell you, man, I love it. I love when you break it down, brother. Listen, thank you so much. Man, I'm enjoying our check-ins during this series. It's the best, brother. Thank you so much.
No doubt, brother. I'll talk to you after Game 2.
Sounds great. There he is, the great Tim Legler on the Comcast Business Hotline.
Dude.
How great was that?
That was awesome. Can I tell you something really cool before we get out of here?
Yeah.
That you're going to love. There's a guy by the name of Dan Wetzel who tweeted something out. He looked at the schedules, and you're going to go nuts. You know that the college football playoff semifinals will be the same week as the NFL wild card weekend. So your semifinal games will be Thursday, Friday, and then you have wild cards Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
What? Wait a second. So they're moving the playoffs?
To Thursday, Friday, the semifinals.
Yeah, but dude, they usually do it around New Year's, which sucked.
Yeah.
So it's
looks
late.
like they're moving it.
They're moving it to end of January?
So this will
February.
be 2024 and 2025. So I don't know if that means the 2024 season or the 2024 college football.
No, it'll be 1 year from now.
Okay.
Which I love.
Yeah.
Which I think is perfect.
How awesome
because
is that?
having those games made no sense to me in the middle of the holidays. Like you're losing all that stuff. It gets
nobody
lost.
watched last year because remember the ball dropped
Yeah,
right when the ending of a game. Yeah,
It was stupid. You might as well use that. Oh my God, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Like, oh my God, like that. They need to do that next year, dude. Oh my God.
Figured I'd leave you with that one.
That's unbelievable.
At the end of the show.
Oh my God, yeah, that's ridiculous. Oh man. All right, so what a show. I mean, just last night was the show I'm referring to.
Yeah.
It just was amazing.
Made this show fun.
It did.
Could have been
It
a
did.
lot worse.
Thank you, guys. Listen, the best show ever coming your way next. So we're here at the Brian Dawkins Celebrity Golf Tournament, Pan Oaks Country Club. It's been a blast here. So they got you coming up.